멈추고 싶잖아. 어쩔 땐 너가 mysterio. 있으면 좋겠다 생각해. 날 위로해주는 지금 이 음악처럼. 무슨 말해도 내 맘이 춤을 춰. Got my phone now, got my stereo now. No, I don't want you to go, to go. When you go, go, and I'm feeling low, low. I just sing along to my stereo, stereo. Stereo. When you say I'll be there for you. 진심인 게 느껴져. 눈물 날 때도 웃겨 배 아플 때도 지금 이 순간도 내 옆에 있잖아. 어쩔 땐 너가 mysterio. 있으면 좋겠다 생각해. 날 위로해주는 지금 이 음악처럼. 무슨 말해도 내 맘이 춤을 춰. Got my phone now, got my stereo now. You know I don't want you to go. When you go, go, and I'm feeling low, low. I just sing along to my stereo. Yeah. Got my phone now, got my stereo now. No, I don't want you to go, to go. When you go, go, and I'm feeling low, low. I just sing along to my stereo, stereo. Got my phone now, got my stereo now. No, I don't want you to go, to go. When you go, go, and I'm feeling low, low. I just sing along to my stereo. Stereo.
Dear Marie, hope you got somewhere to be. I've been floating out in space. I thought I'd write to you in case you felt alone, just like me with this anxiety. Is it all a simulation? Ones and zeros in an empty basement. I wish I could be with you again. 'Cause I'm lonely as ever, and I thought it'd get better. And I hope to see your face somewhere. 'Cause I'm lonely as ever, and it doesn't get better. Fantasies, I've got fantasies that we're driving down the boulevard. You hold me close and all the scars are gone. I should say I don't look the same as I did when you saw me last. Might be all the alcohol and cynicism, the OCD and constant overthinking, like what I should have said, what I should have done. The walls are coming at me and I'm running out of places to run to.
Rushing like August, tryna make a profit, tryna be on top of the world, more walking, tryna break even. Gotta be the piper, build up like a rideshare. Gotta clean up my act, run it back, when I lost it. Got me riding day and night till I hit the dirt. Loop a man, got me out of sight, like a red dot on my eye till I get it right.
But time and time again, wonder if I made the correct decision. Was it really dodging bullets when I left, which is to be with her? Then my mind is telling me to stay sober, gotta get over, work hard and stay numb. Gotta get over. Cash 22, 반복되는 삶, what to do? Cash 22, 눈치채자마자 it's no use. Cash 22, 이 건물이 수야. Cash 22, still I gotta make a move. No breaks, hostage, pedal to the metal. Green light, take flight, hit it full throttle. No breaks, hostage, pedal to the metal. Green light, take flight, hit it full throttle.
Trying bad to get it past my mind. Going fast, the lights are out of time. Never pausing, now when not to fight. Solidarity's all I got. Get a door, my flow is so nasty. Had a little bit of roam, the room is all mass. I don't need a real watch, cause my time's lined up. And I like a little sweet, like it's dulce. Shooting for the stars, all I gotta do is aim. I was barely starting out, now you even know my name. Gave up everything to run for the one that I want to be done. 151, cause I run 51.
But time and time again, wonder if I made the correct decision. Was it really dodging bullets when I left, which is to be with her? Then my mind is telling me to stay sober, gotta get over, work hard and stay numb. Gotta get over. Cash 22, 반복되는 삶, what to do? Cash 22, 눈치채자마자 it's no use. Cash 22, 이 건물이 수야. Cash 22, still I gotta make a move. No breaks, hostage, pedal to the metal. Green light, take flight, hit it full throttle. No breaks, hostage, pedal to the metal. Green light, take flight, hit it full throttle.
Wanna rush the timeline, draw the limelight. Captivate the way to fight on a new height. Fighting my demons in the daylight. Many times I've been told why I fought a losing battle, throwing the towel.
Throw in the towel, but if you want to. When I'm on a stupid and nobody to be so. And I kinda wanna give it away, but then I know what I want, what to do. What you catch is what you make.
Cash 22, 반복되는 삶, what to do? Cash 22, 눈치채자마자 it's no use. Cash 22, 이 건물이 수야. Cash 22, still I gotta make a move. No breaks, hostage, pedal to the metal. Green light, take flight, hit it full throttle. No breaks, hostage, pedal to the metal. Green light, take flight, hit it full throttle.
Why, hello there. So who is this taking me out for dinner? I see you all in chat. Planning dinners together. I'm right here. Blues! That is...
That's one more than
Oh
three.
my god. It really is one more than three. Hello, everybody. I am live. I am well. It's rainy. It's cold. I've turned on all the heating. We're not thinking about how much it's going to cost. But I deserve to be snuggly today. And so I am snuggly. And Flo, I was actually going to light some incense before the stream started. But Flo is in her little spot. And I was like, on the off chance that it's going to make her be like, this smells funny, I'm leaving. So I didn't light it. Maybe I'll light it later when she does leave. If she leaves, she may bless us with her presence all stream long. I will say as well, Flo has been treated today. I sat down with my breakfast, and in my breakfast I had a fried egg, and I caught Flo licking the plate, something she does not get to do, because I left the plate down on the floor, licking the plate where the yolk was. So what did I do? I scrambled her an egg white and then left the raw egg yolk in the warm egg white, because cats can eat egg yolk, but they can't eat uncooked white egg. So I cooked the white, I gave her just the yolk as well, and so she has been treated. I literally was like, I think Flo needs a proper breakfast, so I made it for her. So just in case you're worried that Florence isn't getting treated like the queen that she is, she absolutely is. What's this about ham and cream? You guys are talking about carbonara. I'm not talking to you. Your carbonara should have neither ham nor cream. It shouldn't even have pancetta if we're being legally correct. It should have guanciale. So pull it together. Anyway, it's Saturday. At least in England, the weather is about as bad as you could expect. So I'm staying indoors. I imagine many of you were also staying indoors. But I also haven't seen you since, what, Wednesday? Thursday? Friday? No, when did I stream? I don't even remember. Can somebody remind me when I last streamed? I know I'm only doing 2 this week, which is cringe and bad. I appreciate that. It was Wednesday, right? It was about 57 years, yeah. Yo, Misha! Thank you so much.
Subscribe now.
I appreciate... I got both of you! This is so cute. I will happily accept a couple hype train. B. Mazer, coming in with 4 months. I love that. Thank you both a ton. You were amazing. We have nearly completed a level 1 hype train already, and I am very much happily accepting that, as is Flo. But yeah, so it has been roughly 84 years. And we actually do have a very special stream plan today.
Lemony 35
Woo!
spin.
Spin your lemons, baby. We have a very... tier 2? Thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. You're the best. We actually do have a very special stream plan today. We have made a presentation for you all of not the most well-known conspiracy theories, but the most completely unhinged and insane conspiracy theories. We're going to be going through those conspiracy theories. We're going to be talking about them. And then we are going to be ranking them on a scale which I believe goes from I want to believe to Elon Musk believes this. So that is our plan for today's stream. We'll obviously start doing that in a bit. Tomorrow, I got steaks with bone marrow, butter, and chunky chips and Wagyu beef dripping, chimichurri, beer battered onion rings, and garden peas. You know you're looking forward to a meal, assuming that you're not making that, right? Because you might be, right? But assuming you're going out somewhere for dinner, you know that you are excited to go somewhere when you're making it. I was gonna say when you pre-planned what you're gonna order. Like, I always know I'm hyped for a meal when I sit down. I'm like, don't even show me the menu. I know what I'm buying. How are you doing? I am doing. Wait, is that like in a kind of Joey from Friends style, like how you doing, or like a genuinely how are you doing? Because before I give you like a very earnest answer, and you're like, no, I was trying to hit on you a little bit. Hi Dean, how are you? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm not gonna lie. We went out. I went to a pub down the road last night, which was for a friend's. So we were celebrating a friend because she passed her PhD. Whoa, that's a big deal, right? But like everyone there, we were all like, yes, we're here to celebrate you. But everyone there, including her, was like, oh, life's hard, isn't it? It was so funny. We were all literally sat about being like, so how are you doing? Oh, your granddad's dying. Oh, that shit. How are you doing? Well, and it was so funny because literally we were all just like, get it. And she was like, yeah, at least it's done now. And I was like, we are so fucking... It was like the most millennial possible event, but it was really nice to see everyone. And it was really fun. But it was funny that we're all like, how are you doing? And everyone's like, best not ask. I've had the worst week of my life. Great, me too. Excellent. On we go. So we're just like talking about other stuff. But anyway, since I've been away, I did therapy, you know, part of the course. But after therapy, I went to see Gladiator 2. And then on Friday, I went to the pub. And now it's Saturday. And I have once again not quite completed as many jobs as I would like to have completed. But I'm still doing better than I could have been. Do you know what I mean? We're doing medium. You know, we're getting things done. But like, could we get more things? Maybe. You know, but I'm sitting here, I'm streaming, I've got a plan, I've got a lemonade, I've got water, I've got a little pot of nuts. I'm a squirrel. So it could be worse, you know? I would love to know how you're all doing, if you've got anything you need to update me on. I've got my multiple drinks. Well, I finished my coffee before the stream, and I feel if I have another coffee, it won't give me more energy, it will just make me like, you know? That Raymond Simone gif where she's like chewing the gum. You know, and I don't think it's going to help. She's going to make me on edge. Hey, Scotty, how you doing? But yeah, no, I was looking forward to seeing you all today, given that I know I streamed a lot last week, but then I didn't stream as much this week. But that's fine. I had a kind of busy week. We had D&D. I don't know when the hell that was. That was on a day. That was great. Loved it. Had a fantastic time at D&D. Also, I did post a new YouTube video. I don't know if you have seen it because YouTube is telling me that it's flopping. I don't care because I love it. I am happy with it. And therefore I don't care. But YouTube is now officially giving me a, oh, you flopped. But I'm still very happy with it. And that went up on Thursday. I am still on track for posting a video every Thursday. We were about to hit 1 month of consistent posting. We love that. So, you know, we're looking at like the positives. Also, the watch time is up. The click-through rate is up, but no one's watched it. I'm not going to explain. I don't understand it. What YouTube does is none of my business. Thank you for the level 1 hype train. Delightful. The only update I have is the council finally gave us an answer about the arsehole neighbors. And the answer is essentially tough shit. We know we fucked up. You got to live with it now. Hopefully they don't murder you, lol. Stunning. Love that. Enjoy your remotes, my love. Also, in other exciting YouTube news, my YouTube channel was like, girl, one of your older videos is doing well. And I was like, oh my God, what's getting served? So those of you who have been around a bit know the milk video. It is by far my most popular ever video. It's got like, I don't know, coming up on 2 million views, I think. Where are we at? Hang on, how do you even filter this shit? Okay, 1,700,000. And I can show it to you. It's 47 seconds. And the comments are exactly what you would expect. So here's the thing. Are you excited? 61,000 likes. The people like it. And this is the video. Oh, I'm not on the screen. Whoops. Can you tell I was recording something? Hang on. I'm back, baby. The milk. We've approached the milk. Oh, God.
She got in there first. $75.
Okay, please don't buy any more milk. Please stop. Stop. No. 3. No, not 6. 6. No. Okay. No. Oh, bankruptcy. They're robbing me blind. You bastards. Oh, the milk's gone. He bought it all. I hate you. I hate you. The milk. Right. A classic. The comments are exclusively milk, the milkers, rich coming from the milkmaid, I need milk, everyone's losing their minds, pay close attention, she's actually playing Supermarket Simulator, I need a full video. This time the dad came back with the milk, the amount of milk on the screen she creates is crazy. This exact clip was used for an ad? An ad? an advert? What the fuck? I wasn't paid. This exact clip was used for an ad. What? Mummy, we meant to be watching the game. That's huge milk. She's got milk. We must stay focused, brothers. That's quite funny. Same one again. Mummy, milk, personality, coming from the factory itself. 2 big fucking reasons why I enjoyed this short, right? Brilliant. Classic, right? Love that for me. Also, YouTube was like, girl, another one of your videos is actually getting views. And I was like, oh, which one? Girl, if you start talking to me right now. Oh, that was bright. I will show you. So the other video that's getting views right now, I'm so mad about it. I was really confused because I was like, my reaction, oh Jesus, that's loud. My reaction to the Minecraft YouTube video trailer thing is getting views. It's gone from having like 1,000 to like 7,000 in the last like few days. And I was like, why? Then I clicked on it. It's the same fucking top. The key to getting views on a short on YouTube is only wearing this top. Who are these people? Where do they come from? Oh, I love that. Oh my god, it is Jason Momoa. Oh my god! The top is the key. Ironically, it's a keyhole top. And it does look really nice. I love that top. I have it in white and black. But yeah, for a second, I was like, YouTube is suggesting my videos. And then YouTube was like, only these ones and only to horny people. And I was like, oh. So, could be better, could be worse. You know what I mean? You take what you can get. You take what you can get. You're about to buy one of those shirts? Yes! Do it! Secret, yeah. But no, I mean, I will say this one is nowhere near the 2 million views the other one has. So this one is hanging out on like 7,000 now. But I was just so confused because I was like, that trailer isn't even like nearly relevant anymore. You know, when you post a reaction, usually you'll get like a bunch of views when you first put it up from people looking for a reaction to the trailer, and then a bunch of views when that thing comes out from people saying, haha, it was good and you said it was bad, or saying, haha, it was bad and you said it was going to be good, right? I should actually see if they sell those shirts anymore. Should we go on ASOS? Let's have a look. It was definitely an ASOS purchase. I've had it for years, honestly. Hang on. It's like an ASOS keyhole top. The thing is, it's a normal shirt on other people. It's not my fault. I saw another woman with like normal sized boobs wearing it, and I was like, oh my god, that looks so nice on her. Wait. It's not that. There's a long sleeve version. Kind of. I don't like halter tops. Okay, so right, we're on ASOS. All right, we're gonna no. I mean, look, we've got to do what works. Right. So there's this version, right, which is like a crop top. It's got long sleeves, which is actually quite cute. I'm not really a fan of like cream on me, but like we can make it work. I'm most certainly not buying that. That would get arrested. That zips up. That seems wildly risky to me. A zip up top? What if it unzips? You're like, You know what I mean? Like the you're in danger situation is pretty high. This could be cute. It's kind of giving winter. I don't think they have the same exact top. Is that it? No, it's like ribbed. Maybe I just need only keyhole tops. But like, you know, you would expect it if it was a top like, good heavens. A top, thank goodness she doesn't have bigger boobs. A top like that. Where's the keyhole for this? I typed in keyhole shirt. Where's his little slutty man? No, I'm going to say that. Maybe I got to do some shopping. Maybe it's this one? Yeah, it might be this. No, it still says it's ribbed. Yeah, if you see me wearing nothing but these keyhole shirts from now on, at least you'll know why. Not the Gaga clip? No, I deleted that. The Gaga video is over. The movie Okay, so the Gaga video, it got lots of views. It got like, I don't know, 40, 50,000 views. And that's on a full-length video. The issue was, right? 1, everyone was sending me death threats. And 2, it was demonetized anyway because Warner Brothers took my money. Because they were like, oh, our trailer's featured in this. So I never made any money. And everyone told me, I made a video. Oh, God, it was so... I made a reaction video back in the day about House of Gucci. So I don't know if you remember, Lady Gaga was in this film with Adam Driver about the Gucci like family. And I watched the trailer and I said, her accent sounds bad. So they all sounded bad. I didn't give her the most shit. I actually gave Jared Leto the most shit for his "she's a real firecracker," which was really embarrassing. Like, it sounded like that. It was cringe, right? But Lady Gaga sounded kind of Russian. And I said, she doesn't sound Italian. And I said, if there's one thing I'm an expert in, it's Italian speaking English. That's what I know. Like, I can't tell you if somebody speaking Italian sounds authentic, right? There are lots of different Italian accents. But I can tell you if someone Italian speaking English sounds authentic, and she did not sound authentic. She sounded completely insane. And so anyway, I was talking about it briefly in the video. I was like, oh, by the way, her accent's terrible. And I got, oh, the hate. Oh, holy shit. But yeah, we got a few death threats. It was what it was. I didn't, I wasn't like bothered. It was just kind of like, anyway, eventually it started getting served again, and then you just get more. And I was like, okay, I don't need YouTube to serve this anymore. Like, this is doing nothing for me. I just have to open YouTube and get like bullied by random people with no time, like too much time on their hands, you know? But yeah, so that wasn't my finest moment. But, you know, when you step into a fandom and go, by the way, that's bad, people are going to get mad at you. So it was what it was. I don't really do any like reactions anymore. Not that there's anything wrong with it. It's not like the direction I'm trying to go now. And like, honestly, it's just not that, it's not that fun for me. So I'm probably not going to do that. I'm sure I'll do something else that will get me loads of hate at some point, and that's fine. Flo is adorable. Hey, Flo. But yeah, so that's been happening. I have actually, on the subject of, well, it's not really reacting, it's more reviewing. I've made a Letterboxd account, which is an app / website where you review movies. Because I have paid for the Odeon Unlimited thing, where you pay monthly and you can go and see as many films as you want. And I'm trying to go to see a lot of films. And just like as a getting out the house thing, because when it comes to like streaming and content creation, and also like everything I do is within my house, so it's really easy to not leave. Oh my god, you found me. Yeah, so I think I've only done like 2 reviews. I don't really know what I've reviewed yet. 3, Juror 2, Juror number 2, Heretic, and Gladiator. So yeah, I saw Gladiator 2. Carl, thank you so much. Woo! Yeah, everybody. Just as a reminder, because of all of your glorious support, everyone who pays for a sub, I actually managed to hit the plus points Twitch Plus thing. We've hit level 1, which means that for the next year at least, I will be on 60-40 with Twitch. Which means that rather than sharing sub money 50-50, we're doing 60-40, which is excellent, right? Over the course of the next few months, we're going to aim to hit level 2, which is BLT. Thank you so much. We're going to aim to hit level 2, which is 300 paid sub points. What that basically means is that you, if you are like BLT or like Carl Coleman and you're subscribed and you pay for your subscription, so it's not a Prime sub and it's not gifted, that goes towards the plus goal. And once we hit 300 sub points that are paid for by individuals, then I get 70-30, which is the sub split that we were on with the Fremily account, which is now Fred's account, Dead Fred. So, just to be clear, I'm not mad at you if you don't sub. I'm not mad at you if you don't pay for your sub. I'm not mad at you if you gift subs. I'm not mad about anything. that's just the next thing that we're working towards. And the nice thing about it is it's not individual subs, it's individual sub points. So if you want to help push that up, if you're a tier 2 sub, you're worth 2 sub points, so you pay double essentially, like you're taking 2 spots. And if you're a tier 3 sub, which is obviously the highest and most expensive subscription tier, then you are actually 6 points. So that's kind of a big deal, because actually if I had 50, which is a big number, 50 tier 3s, I would hit that on its own, which is kind of wild. So I'm working on perks. I'm hoping to have some stuff up probably next week. Sophie's been unfortunately kind of ill this week, and so we haven't gotten as much done as we'd like, but we're getting there for sure. But yeah, that's kind of the thing that we're working towards. Oh, I hit 51,000 followers. I mean 5,100. That was the wrong number. I hit 5. Yay! Thank you everyone for following. It is really appreciated, because obviously the old account had like 80,000, but we've been going up for sure. The numbers are going up. Hey Zoe, thank you so much for the sub.
Hey.
You are a legend. Fraz as well. Oh my god.
Hey.
Frazza Daz. Hey. So yeah, this week, or like this month, I wanted to go through some of the movies that I've watched this month before we do our conspiracy theory. 35% off when gifting 5 tier 1 subs. Randomly selected viewers. Oh. Hang on. I want to ask you guys a question. Maybe you know more about this than me. On my Twitch... Come on, use your brain. It says, for you, 35% off when gifting 5 tier 1 subs, right? Randomly selected. Am I randomly selected? Is that what they're saying? Like, have I been selected? Or would I need to buy the subs to then find out if I've been selected? Oh, okay, fair enough. Well, I'm not gifting myself subs. That doesn't make any sense. Twitch are like, hey, give me 40%. I'm like, no, get off. Anyway, I will say I have watched a bunch of fantastic movies recently. So I wanted to give you guys a shout out to the movies that I think were really good, and then you can decide if there's any of them that you want to see. Because I've actually been watching enough films now that I have opinions. I have opinions. First of all, if we work... Was it called An Ordinary Man? I think it was. Dean! Just gifted 5 flippin' subs. Thank you so much. Have you been chosen? He's been chosen. Bestowed. Scraticus, Grumpier, English Gentleman, Crazy Irish John, and Blue Box. Everyone enjoy your month of free sub. That is beautiful. But yeah, I wasn't sure if they were doing it like, oh, you've had it for a few days. Ah! They're so bullying you. They're like, hey, your money. And you're like, can you please calm down? I don't need this kind of negativity in chat right now. I don't want to think about that. I thought everyone got it. For all we know, does anyone not have it is the question. That's more the question. Or is Twitch like, we've picked. We picked just some of you. And it's literally everybody. 35% off is pretty significant. But yeah, thank you so much, Dean. That is so, you don't have it. There you go. It's not everybody. It's not everyone. It's just most people. So yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, movies that I have seen that I think are good and also not good. So I saw a film called A Different Man. That is unbelievably freaking great. I cannot overstate how much I loved that film, right? If you want a film to watch and you don't... I always go into films not knowing what the hell is about to happen. I like to surprise myself. I like to just know like the genre and the vibe, and then I go and see it, right? So A Different Man is Sebastian Stan, I think, who I think was in the Marvels, but I've not seen any of them. No, wait, that is a film. In one of the Marvel films. I love it. Yeah, I'm going to try not to like spoil anything, but I'm going to tell you guys a little bit more because like a lot of these films probably you can't even see them anymore. So, you know what I mean? We're just going to work with that. So I'm going to tell you a little bit of what's going on, but I'm not going to, like, tell you what happens. He's the Winter Soldier. There you go. Is it going to happen? Come on, baby. Nope, not happening. Right, hang on. Let's go.
If you don't have the banner, but see discounts when you click gift a sub, that's not the 35%. That's just a 25% discount for buying in bundles. The 35% discount will show up on the banner below stream if you have been selected.
I see. Okay, that is very good to know. I will also say that... What will I say? God, I wish I could remember what I was thinking. Discounts. Don't gift subs on mobile. Ever, 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 ever. You're just paying extra for no reason for Google to take it.
It's only on 50-50 split peeps too. A 70-30 split nets 17.50 from 5 subs, but only costs 16.20 smile.
I don't know what that means. Wait, so yeah, no, if I were on 70-30 and you guys were paying 35% off, Twitch would have to be paying me. But I'm on 60-40, so if you buy subs at a 5%, at a 35% discount, Twitch only get 5%. Does that make sense? Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to see Wicked because I don't know if I care, but I might. Like, all my friends are going to see Wicked. Everyone I know is going to see Wicked, but I don't 100%. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't know if I give a hoot. Wait, I'm pushing the camera the wrong way. There we go. But I will decide. Current deal means the streamer only gets a cut of the discount. Oh, so I get 60-40. Thank you for explaining, Fred. So films I've seen recently and whether or not I think they're good. A Different Man. Sebastian Stan is in it. I hadn't really seen him in much before. I am now a Sebastian Stan. He is so fantastic in it. Basically, he is a guy with a really significant, like, facial difference. Where basically he has that, I forgot what it's called, maybe like neurofibromyopathy or something, where you grow tumors on where your nerves are at. Right? It's really bad. Very unfortunate. Not a fun time. So, he has this facial difference. It's really stark and like dramatic. And it obviously really impacts his life and the way that people treat him. And then, in a very The Substance way, a medicine comes along which will treat it, right? And he gets to use it, and he becomes Sebastian Stan, right? His face goes to a version of himself he's never seen before, and he basically uses that to set himself up to essentially become a different man. He doesn't want to be the person that he was before. He wants to be a whole new guy. And I thought it was going to be like a bit sci-fi-y. It's not at all. It's like super grounded. And basically it's about how he handles that like transition and like how self-hatred is always bad. And it's so unbelievably good. I cannot state how much I enjoyed A Different Man. I highly recommend watching that if you haven't. The next one I saw is Conclave. It's Pope drama. So if you like that, yeah, I loved it. I thought it was really tense, even though it's like pretty minor. They're picking a new Pope, and it's a lot of like Pope politics, you know, like one guy wants to do things like the old fashioned way. He wants everyone to speak Latin. He wants, you know, women to get back in the kitchen, that kind of vibe. The other guy is like, we need to move the papacy in a different direction. And you think, oh, it's just gonna be between those two, but it's not. It gets very dramatic. The cast is ridiculous. It is Pope Battle Royale, exactly. I'm not spoiling anything when I tell you there is an explosion, all right? Was I expecting a papal explosion? No, I was not, okay? So it's really good. And yeah, it's got like Stanley Tucci in it. It's got John Lithgow in it. It's got Ray Fiennes in it. It, you know, is obviously a bit, you know, a bit defensive of the Catholic Church in a way that, like, I don't really think the Catholic Church deserves, because it's full of fucking weirdos. No one ever expects a papal explosion. The Discovery? What this? Where that? Who that? The Discovery. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. Right, it's just showing me a restaurant. Film. This is old. This is not in the cinema. Unless there's more than one film called The Discovery. Oh, it's on Netflix. Slay. Plot is immense. Okay. Well, I can always have a film I can watch at home. I mostly just watch horror movies at home and scare myself. Okay, cool. I will accept that recommendation and hope that it's still on Netflix. 2 years after the afterlife is scientifically proven, a man helps to help a young woman break away from her dark past. Ooh, okay, that sounds great. Love a good recommendation. Thank you. Oh, maybe I'll even watch that today. Probably not. I think I'm busy tonight, but we'll try. Anyway, it makes your brain work hard. Okay, so I got to focus. I got to tune in. That's like the opposite of horror movies. With horror movies, I can almost tune out. I'm like, oh, there they go. They've been chopped in half. The German series Dark. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I keep getting recommended things that are in foreign languages, which I have no issue with, and I love a subtitle. But sometimes I really want to be able to, like, lie down and not be, like, you know, focused. So, like, there was one horror movie, everyone was like, this is so good. And it's in Japanese. And I was like, guys, don't make me read. Don't make me read right now. But I will. Like, I do watch things with subtitles. I've got no issue with it. But sometimes I want a dodgy dub so I can lie down, you know? But excellent. The Discovery sounds really good. So, yeah, Conclave, really great. Highly recommend it. Very tense. I was like, ah! You have to kind of accept that, like, they were filming in some Catholic Church environment, so they're not being like, they're like, oh, there's problems with the church, but it's not like this was a good pope, you know? And you're like, okay. And also there's some, like, conspiracy, like, you know, a potential pope has done a bad thing, but that bad thing is not sexually abusing children. So, you know what I mean? Like, you're like, well, it probably was that, but they didn't put that in. So, you know, it's good because it's not, like, triggering, but it's also slightly untrue to the church. But, you know, there's more than one way to be problematic. I've also seen Juror Number 2. Loved that. Loved it. Except for... Okay, so Juror Number 2 is great. It feels like a movie that was made in the 90s. Yeah, there's, like, you know, oh, he was a nice pope. He wasn't even that bad. And I'm like... But, yeah, Juror Number 2, I don't know if you can see it anywhere, but I really loved it. There were a couple of bits, because, like, it was directed by Clint Eastwood, so it, again, is quite centrist, you know, like, there are some bad police, but so many good police, and you're like, you know what I mean? Like, and then there was, like, one point where they Google someone, and they literally, like, type in, like, you know, Jane Doe, husband, and, like, all these pictures of him come up. And I'm like, that is such a way of showing that you don't know any normal people. Everyone you know is famous. Because, yes, if you're Clint Eastwood and all your friends are celebrities, if you type in friend's name husband, update, that guy is going to show up. But if you type in normal person, husband, nothing is going to show up, obviously. Because that isn't a thing that Google knows or cares about. They don't have a picture of everybody's husband. But anyway, that was a very minor thing, and all the performances are great. And again, it's really tense. Juror Number 2 is definitely a movie you could, like, show your parents. If you're ever trying to watch a movie with your parents and you're like, this stresses me out because they, like, zone out and don't know what's going on, it's like very could have been made in the 90s, complimentary. So I mean, she probably didn't pay for the mansion. Wicked probably paid for the mansion. But, like, it's Ariana Grande. Of course you're going to get a mansion. It's weird, though. I couldn't imagine being famous, full stop. Let alone being that famous, so, like, everywhere you go, it's, like, a big deal. So you just get a big house and just walk around your big house all the time. So weird. Other films that I've seen. Heretic. Amazing. What if a Reddit atheist and Mormons were stuck in a house together? That is essentially the premise. And I thought it was really great. The ending is like slightly mid, but not really. Like, when I say mid, I mean like the like reveal of like what he's up to was like, okay, fine, yeah, why not? I wouldn't want to be famous. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm not spending my entire life worrying about what other people think of me, you know? And the last one that I saw, yeah, Heretic, I highly rate, really enjoyed the performance. It's very talky, but like in an entertaining way. I would say Heretic's probably not one to show your parents, because both Juror Number 2 and Heretic are very talky, but if your parents, especially your American parents who are upset by people like questioning religion, even though like he's a bad guy, so like, you know, they'd probably be tilted by it. But I thought it was excellent. I really enjoyed it. And people are like, oh, it's like Saw, but like it's nothing like that. But they are trapped, but it's not like a, you know, say you don't like Jesus and then you can go. You know, it's not like that scenario, which is good, because that would have been a bit cringe. In fact, they actually deal with that scenario quite early, where they're like, yeah, dude, whatever you say, I just want to go. Like, yeah, absolutely. My religion is nonsense, you know? And then that doesn't do enough, you know? So, like, he's like, don't pander to me. Do you know what I mean? And the last one was the one that I saw yesterday, which is Gladiator 2. So, Gladiator 2 is a complex one. I think it didn't help that I've seen a lot of insanely good films recently. Okay? The films I have seen recently, like, would I recommend any of the films I have just mentioned over Gladiator 2? Yes. However, is Gladiator 2 bad? No. The issue is, without spoilers, plot-wise, it is Gladiator 1, right? And I love Gladiator. The problem being that I've already got Gladiator. I don't need it again. It felt more, it wasn't a remake, but it felt more, it's not even that horny. Okay, that was a complaint I had. It's not that horny. Okay, now, that's what I was going. I was like, Pedro's here, I am seated. If Pedro is on screen, I am seated. All right? There's no Gladiator 1, there's only Gladiator. Well, yeah, but you know what I mean. Like, you get it, right? So if we're in a world with 1 and 2, okay, Gladiator, well, if we're in a world with Gladiator and Gladiator 2, Gladiator is Gladiator 1. Here's the thing, okay? The problem with making Gladiator again is it makes you realize how silly Gladiator is. You're like, oh, that was a bit silly, wasn't it? It was a little bit contrived and a bit cheesy, wasn't it? Shit. Because when you saw it for the first time, you didn't know what was going to happen. So you were like, every time something crazy happened, you're like, oh, damn, right? And I've seen way too many people watching Gladiator 2 being like, why is there a rhino? Because it looks fucking cool. Deal with it, all right? It's never been historically accurate. I don't know why anyone wants it to be historically accurate. Get a grip. Also, the Romans loved a rhino. They loved a fucking giraffe. If they could get a big animal over, they would. Now, I will admit that sharks in the Colosseum... The other thing is, like, did they flood the Colosseum? Allegedly, yes. Did they put boats in it? Allegedly, yes. Did they also put sharks in it? Explain to me how the Romans are even moving sharks. Anyway, that's an aside. Yeah, this is the thing. Like, could a guy ride a rhino? I don't know. That's not my area of expertise, but I know it looks fucking cool, okay? Roman Pokeballs, maybe. Yeah, so, yeah, if you're into sharks in the Colosseum, go see it. So here's the thing, right? It's hard to remake a beloved film, essentially. You know, say you're not remaking it, but kind of be remaking it. Like, I knew it was bad when the film opens with Paul Mescal, the lead gladiator, Russell Crowe number 2, right? It opens with his wife. You know when the wife is about to die, right? And she could, you know, because she's putting sheets up. You know when the wife is outside and it's a beautiful sort of summery, shimmery day, and she's hanging up totally dry sheets and they're flapping, right? You go, that woman is about to die, right? And I'm not saying whether or not she does, but you know the scene I mean, right? No, Pedro is not the main character. And he wears all of his clothes. Now, here's the thing. Are there a lot of beautiful boys in Gladiator 2? Yes. Yes. There are beefy boys everywhere. I saw so much Paul Mescal's gooch in a loincloth, I can't even tell you. That man was falling in his skirt nonstop. All right? So, yes, the men, they're beefy. They're a little dusty. They're a little shiny. It's good. But none of them are kissing each other or anything. All right? And so this is the thing. This is the thing. If I'm watching a film that wants to be horny, the film needs to be horny, and it wasn't. There were only 2 characters who were horny for each other. Okay? So, I'm just going to be real with you. I didn't need it to be good. I didn't need it to be explicit. I just wanted there to be a little, no. Everyone is fully flattered. No, look. The way that they did it, they were like Paul Mescal and Pedro Pascal are just fighting sexily in the dust. They were, So don't watch it for that. But the boys are beefy, and like, shout out to the boys. But the issue that I had as well is, in my opinion, that movie is carried by Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington is fucking great. Watch it for Denzel, right? Nothing wrong with Paul Mescal. He was very talented and good. The issue that I have with Paul Mescal is that his performance is standing up against Russell Crowe, and I don't even know if he's a worse actor. I just think that Russell Crowe has so much charisma, he is untouchable, right? I felt like Gladiator 2 felt very camp and quite silly. Yeah, I had never seen Paul Mescal in anything either, but he has been in lots of really great things, and he is a fantastic actor. He's been in, what's he been in? All of Us Strangers, After Sun. I think those are the 2 things that everyone's always going on about. I haven't seen Normal People, I think was also a big deal. I've literally not seen anything. This is the first time I've seen him, and I thought he was good. Right? And I think those are good films. You know, those are films where you're like, oh, you've got to watch it. It's impactful. It's important, you know? Yeah, people are chewing the fucking scenery. They did not know how to end it, although I still had a good time. They obviously... But, like, there are 2 characters in it. Denzel and... This isn't a spoiler. Who's the guy from Blackadder? And you're like, Emily, what are you talking about? No, trust me. I'm right. Who's Percy in Blackadder? Tim... how the hell did you say that? Irish names do my nut in. Sorry, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean it. I just can't read. Tim McKinney? So, who plays successor to, That's actually a good question. I know. You can. You can! It's my fault. As a dyslexic, I feel personally victimized by the fact that I can't read things. So, right, this guy, right? Him and Denzel, horny for each other. It was great. Horny in general, horny for each other. The only issue is they're both 65. I don't want to see it, but I support them, right? And there's a bit where Denzel said that they recorded a gay kiss. I know where the kiss was. I saw them cut the kiss. Right? If you go watch that film, tell me you don't see the shot change. They cut that kiss out. Boo. I still don't want it, but like, that's Rome, okay? Weird rich old men making out with each other. That's Rome. Anyway. He was great. All the performances were great. The film was a bit cringy. Yeah, maybe he did remember the kiss. I mean, I'm sure he was doing They were both doing great back in their day. I'm sure they're both still doing well now. So, you know, I'm sure he gave him a very pleasant time. There's a bit where they're like cheek, and then it cuts to behind them. I saw it. We're talking about Gladiator 2. So, Kinnery, like Connery. McKinnery. Thank you. Anyway, so it was still fun. It went on a bit. You know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? Now, who plays Joaquin Phoenix's Emperor, right? We have... What the fuck's his name? Joseph Quinn? I think. From Stranger Things. Let's have a look. Am I correct about his name? So we have Joseph Quinn and Fred Hetchiger. So this guy, you remember this guy? Him, that's him as the Emperor down here, all right? And then this other guy who, can I get a big photo of him as the Emperor? Oh yeah, and then this guy, who asked the question, what if the Roman Emperor also had syphilis? I loved them in it. They're ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I loved it. Highly enjoyable. The issue that I had as well was that essentially the drama between the two sides, like, because obviously, you know, you film, you got your good guy, your bad guy. It was a little bit Black Panther. You know, where you're like, I actually think Killmonger is kind of right. You know, like, I can't remember, Michael B. Jordan's character. You're like, I'm kind of on your team. Like, okay, killing people's bad. But, like, I'm kind of on your team. We ended up in that kind of situation with Gladiator 2, where it gets a little bit centrist, a little bit libbed up, a little bit like, we can change Rome. We'll just make it better. When they're, like, attacking, murdering, warring, enslaving, all of this shit. And they're like, oh, why not fix it? You know? And you're like, what do you mean? Fix Rome? Like, get a grip. And so then the other angle of it is like, we've got to burn it down. And obviously you're supposed to be against that. But like, am I against it? No. If we're being anti-Rome, we got to just, you know, crumble it. Guy reminds you of Robert Downey Jr. somehow. I can kind of see it. So essentially, right, one, it is completely ahistorical. I wouldn't be surprised if this film makes money if they keep making them. If we end up with Gladiator 19 and it's literally set in 1990 and it's just gladiatoring through, like Rome never fell, you know? That wouldn't surprise me. And I enjoyed it. Honestly, there were times, and I know this is like me being like overly TikTok brained, but there were times where I was like, I wish I could speed this scene up. Because some people were saying it goes too fast. The plot is bang, 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 bang. And there were bits where I was like, okay, I get it. You're breathing dramatically. But, like, we all know what's about to happen. I want Emily in a Grecian dress telling the Romans to get a grip. I've got that blue Grecian dress. Yeah, I'll do a cameo of just dressing as a Roman and telling you to get a grip. Gladiator 5000. Literally. That's where I think we're going to end up. Right. So that is a summary of all the films I've watched recently and whether or not I think they're good. Gladiator would probably be really good to watch a bit high or like a couple of beverages in. Obviously, I'd know nothing about that because it is illegal. A crime, you could say. But like, that being said, there are only like 3 plot points, but then like occasionally I'd be like, everyone's got like 6 names, you know? Because like in the old one, Russell Crowe is like Maximus Meridius Dessicus Regularis Biggest Dongus, you know? And so sometimes they'll like refer to you by like a middle name, and I'm like, which one's that? Who's, you know, Lucius Maximus Slagius, you know? And I'm like, I know who you're talking about, but like, there's not that many characters. Just trust yourself, you know? Hey, Drop Dead Ed, how you doing? Right, I'm gonna pee, and then when I come back in a moment, we will do... Are we ready for ranking completely unhinged conspiracy theories? I think yes, because at 9 p.m. tonight, I know the community have games night planned in Discord. So I am giving myself 2 hours to get through all of the conspiracies and the madness. You had a plastic surgery consultation, it didn't go very well. Wait, what happened? What happened? That sucks. Were they like, can't do it for you, or too expensive, or they said, damn, you're too fine. Nothing to adjust. Mm-hmm. Hey, Fushcat. Mm-hmm. There's nothing they can do for you? Aw, man, that sucks. I don't want to, like, ask too many details if it's, like, none of my business, but, like... Is it, like... Because, like, it depends. Sometimes it might be something that they can't do, but, like, a specialist could help you with, or, like... I guess sometimes there's just things that can't be changed. I'm old, I had to Google that reference. That is old. If you don't remember the year 5000 or 3000, yeah. Right, I'm gonna pee. I'll be back in 1 second. Enjoy the background tunes and Florence. Hang on, let's try and give you a bit of Florence activity. Oh, you can see my detritus corner. Don't look. Don't look. Don't look. Right. Now, do we want background music? No, I think not. It does add to the tension, but I don't know if that's how we want to be feeling. Right, we have for ourselves here a presentation of the highest degree. Fabulous. Now let's hope that, this has been laid out right, I think. Yeah! So, we have here a presentation of, honestly, I need to adjust my camera a bit. Ow. We have here a presentation of the highest degree. So, we have taken the last, honestly, couple of weeks to go through not just conspiracy theories that we've all heard of, right? You know, not like the magic bullet or, I don't know, steel beams melt jet fuel, you know. I mean, jet fuel can't melt steel beams. We have decided to find conspiracy theories that realistically no one should be able to believe, and yet some do, right? And then, we're not doing chupacabra. Love a bit of chupacabra. I mean, that's just cryptozoology, which I do think is cool. And what we have done is we have collected them all up into a presentation. We're going to go through them. We're going to talk about them. And then, that did not work. Why didn't it work? Hang on. Interesting. We are going to rank them. We'll just do it like this. That's fine. And then we are going to rank them. And we have a ranking system which takes us from... So, can I just say, I love Sophie. She made this. So I said, hey, can you make a ranking thing? Right? And I thought she was going to go on one of the, tier list websites and just make it. No, she has crafted this tier list in Canva. Which I kind of love. She has made the tier list for us. I thought she'd just go on like tierlists.com. No, Sophie said, I'm making my own and it's going to look good. So 10 out of 10 for effort. So we have ranging from I almost want to believe to dumb as hell to annoyingly stupid to I hate this and I hate the world. And the top level of stupidity is Elon Musk believes in this. So we are going to go through our conspiracy theories. We are going to rank them. And we're going to discuss them. And it's going to be great. So I've been looking forward to this, and I think it's gonna be a giggle. Sophie's been trying not to tell everybody because our friends were really up for this one. And so last night she was having a couple of drinks and was like, I don't want to tell you, but I'm gonna tell you at least one of them. No, I'll tell you that story later. Remind me to tell you the story about the shots later. Okay? There was a story about shots last night. And you need to know, but I'm not gonna take us off the track that we're currently on. Let us begin. Not like flat Earth, not like moon landing. Weirder. We have reached deep into the depths of the internet to find the strangest options that we can, because we all hopefully think that flat Earth is stupid, but we also know that some people do genuinely believe in it. Nice, Dean. Now the first one is just to get us started, and I think that it's one that most of you will probably have heard of, and it is that Avril Lavigne is dead. Now this one has been pissing me off for years because I don't think that there is enough of anything to make this feel as though it should have a conspiracy theory, right? So, the concept is that Avril Lavigne died. You used to believe this? Did you actually used to believe that Avril Lavigne was actually secretly a woman called Melissa? You know people who believe this? Why? So, from what I can tell, the reason that people believe that Avril Lavigne died and has been replaced by a doppelganger called Melissa is because... Oh, my itchy nose. Right. Is because, there was an Avril lookalike, right, who was called Melissa Vandella, who was hired to distract the paparazzi and protect her. And then she became more reclusive and then Avril Lavigne died, and then Melissa was taught how to sing and perform like her, and therefore Melissa took over? How did Avril Lavigne die? How did nobody notice? Where did Melissa go? Did anybody notice that Melissa went missing? Did Melissa's family not go, oh damn, where's Melissa at? But yeah, the evidence is literally this picture. Where Avril Lavigne... Yeah, so the evidence is literally this picture where Avril Lavigne has the word Melissa written on her hand, and apparently she looked slightly different after 2003. Like, oh, you used to be deep in the conspiracy theory hole. That's fair. Yeah. Well, we kind of didn't want to go too crazy. Like, the conspiracy theories we wanted to talk about, we wanted them to be, like, funny and not, like, depressing and serious. So, yeah, or is Melissa a clone? I mean, this is the thing about clone-related conspiracy theories, is that there are no clones, right? We haven't got clones that have successfully survived anything. Like, the closest we got was Dolly the sheep. So the idea that, like, there are, like, multiple celebrity clones, but, like, no other evidence that clones are a thing, it just doesn't make sense to me. The person who wrote this believed Hannah Montana and Miley Cyrus are different people too. Literally. So, like, this one annoys me because it doesn't make any sense. What is the benefit to believing this, right? A lot of conspiracy theories, there is a benefit, right? Like, people who believe in flat Earth do so because it means God's real and they want God to be real, right? If everything else is a planet and we're on a plate, update, someone made the plate. Hooray, God exists, you know? This is... What's the benefit? Like, because God couldn't make a ball. No, but this is what I'm saying, right? I'm not saying... Okay, I am an atheist, right? But I'm not saying that you can't believe in God. I love that if that suits you and makes you happy and makes you feel fulfilled and whole and whatever you want to feel, right? Great. The issue is that if the earth is special in a way that nothing else is, then you can say, great, that was made by somebody. Because you can, the argument, a lot of the time, the argument is, if I walked along the road and I found this, I wouldn't say, oh, how did this come about? I would say, oh, who made this, right? So people argue that with the earth. The problem being, the earth is not that unique, aside from the life that we have on it. But statistically, it's probably in lots of other places too, right? How did Avril Lavigne take us here? So the point being, if you can make it so that every other planet is just some rock and the Earth is literally the mouse, then you go, look, God exists, huzzah. Right? It's weird because a lot of the time, these conspiracy theories, like giants, everyone's obsessed with giants existing. That's also a Christianity thing. But what's the benefit to Avril Lavigne? It doesn't make sense. Who even cares this much about Avril Lavigne? I don't know how you all feel about it, but I personally feel that the Avril Lavigne one goes in annoyingly stupid. It doesn't make me hate the world, but I don't want to believe it. I don't want to think about it. Why are we also obsessed with Avril Lavigne? That's my take on the first one. Now, if any of you disagree, you're not wrong, Poshcat. You are not wrong. Yeah. Why do conspiracy theories have to make things so complicated? Because it's entertaining, I guess. And also because I think part of the joy of being a conspiracy theorist is you can keep diving deeper. There are always more levels, right? Like, and you can make them up. If I want to understand how this glass is made, there are a variety of ways that I can do that. And then I get the information, I understand how glass is made, how it's colored, whatever, who made it, cool. But if I want to make this glass a conspiracy, right? If I go, oh, well, the reason this glass is green is because it was made by aliens. And then I can just keep adding to it, you know? He thought, right. Okay, this is an aside and a half. I did get banned from a conspiracy theory website back in the day. That's impressive. I'm going to say, if you are actively a conspiracy theory believing person and you got banned from a conspiracy theory website, that is impressive. I'm going to be honest. Some dude posted footage of an alien looking through his window. His story is that he thought he had a peeping Tom trying to watch his teenage daughter, and it just so happened to be an alien. I posted that it sounded like bollocks and edited the video for it to be a more realistic scenario and replaced the alien with Michael Jackson. No! Zuzo, how you doing? The thing is, right, with a lot of conspiracy theories, like, the issue with conspiracy theories is, like, some of them are factual, right? Like, some of them, over time, they are revealed to be true and it just is what it is. The vast majority of them are not. And therefore, the people who enjoy them don't want them questioned, and instead they just want you to go, yes, and, right? So they're like, there's an alien looking through my window, and instead of you going, no, that's stupid, they're like, ooh, you're harshing my vibe. We all need to go, oh my God, that's definitely an alien. And definitely not an edited, doctored video. Okay. Up next. Birds are not real. Now, this is a personal favorite of mine. Birds aren't real, and especially pigeons. Right? This has been going on for a hot minute. It did take a jump post-COVID, but I remember it pre-COVID. So COVID was genetically engineered to make everyone stay in their houses so the US government could replace all birds with bird drones so they can spy on citizens. Now, the questions that I have are thusly. Did the US government do this everywhere all around the world? Secondly, did the US government only do this in America? In which case, why you got to be a global pandemic? Why can't it just be local? Right? So if they weren't doing it globally, that's weird. If they were doing it globally, how? You know, that's questioning. That's questionable. And so yeah, in 2021, some supporters demonstrated in front of Twitter's San Francisco headquarters, demanding the company change its bird logo. In 2021, MSNBC said the movement had hundreds of thousands of members. So here's the thing. I actually like this to an extent because it really hammers home that sometimes conspiracy theories are based on real fears, right? And people are aware they're being spied on nonstop, right? We are aware that, like, you know, we're supposed to use VPNs to hide our phone, like, and our internet tracking, what's the word? To, like, hide our browsing history, right? We're supposed to be, you know, wearing, like the clothes that are, like, shiny to help blur you out of cameras. And we're being recorded everywhere. Like, I live in London. I can't remember what it is. I think the average Londoner is caught on CCTV like 300 times a day, assuming you leave your house, which I have not. So that's the thing, right? I think the concept of it. The concept is I am annoyed that I'm being watched and surveilled all the time, which you are. And the most reasonable way of expressing that fear is by saying pigeons are fake. Which, I'm going to say, I think if that were true, I would see more pigeons, like, landing on my balcony, trying to look through my windows. Maybe these pigeons have crazy cameras, right? Like, maybe, yeah, they're biofuel. Biofuel. I actually believed this until Bernie ate one, and now I believe Bernie is part of the government. No. Yeah, Bernie could be in the KGB. Because if you're eating birds and then you're trying to take down the spy drones. So Bernie's actually being pretty based right now. Bernie is a cat, by the way. You got auto-modded 3 times? Wait, what's this? You're getting modded? Oh my God. Please, I need my viewers. I beg of you. So yeah, I love Birds Aren't Real. I think it's very entertaining. Obviously fake. Like, so provably fake it's not even funny. As though any of this could even possibly be real. Hey, antimatter, but I want to believe. And I think that things that have people thinking about how much they like being surveilled, whether it be by the government, because the thing is, people are often uncomfortable with the government watching them, but they're very comfortable with like every company buying and selling all of their data. And no, this is not about to jump into like, was it an incognito advert or whatever? Because I don't even use any of those services. I'm just saying, I do totally find the frustration of like, I'll be sitting in my house and I'll go, oh, I quite fancy, I don't know, a Kinder Egg. And then 10 minutes later, I've got Kinder Egg adverts on my phone and I'm like, get a grip. You know? I got auto-modded for the person I mod for. That's... Mm-hmm. Somebody that hates pigeons wants everyone to shoot them and disprove their theory. The saddest thing is the pigeon conspiracy theory, which is not a conspiracy theory, which is that basically all pigeons are domesticated, is actually really sad. So when you're like, why do pigeons live around humans and live outside, and why do they do so well in cities? It's literally because they are just domesticated pigeons that got chucked out on the streets and now no one looks after anymore. They're exactly the same as feral cats or dogs. Like, they are a domesticated creature, which is really sad. Because pigeons just want to be your friends and live in your house. And we're like, dirty bird. And they got little manky feet. It's, oh, poor pigeons. They are pretty cool. I mean, crows are cooler, but still, pretty cool. So I'm going to say, I like pigeons. I feel bad that we did them dirty. I'm going to put this, where's my pigeon? Where is the pigeon? Well, it's a pickle, isn't it? Interesting. Oh, there it is. I'm going to put this in I almost want to believe. I think it's funny. I obviously don't believe it. But like a little tiny bit of me is like, it would be fun. But also it'd be bad. But also, you know, like, feeding crows in my neighborhood for a week now. We've got a thing going. Those crows are going to be your friends. They're going to be your fucking friends. And I love that. Maybe they'll even bring you little gifts. That would be nice. So, yeah. I love a corvid. I love birds. Birds are great. Anyway. Pigeons are over. This I love. Stevie Wonder can see. Now, this is a real conspiracy theory, okay? Stevie Wonder, famously blind, he can see. When Stevie Wonder was born 6 weeks premature in 1950, doctors didn't yet know that the highly oxygenated environment of newborn incubators could damage the human eye. Wonder suffered the consequences and would go throughout the rest of his life blind. Over the years, skeptics have poked holes in the story. Sports writer Bomani Jones, a noted Stevie truther, points to the visual imagery of his songs, his preference for sitting courtside at NBA games, and his reputation as a childhood prankster. The late NBA star Daryl Dawkins, whose nickname Chocolate Thunder came from Wonder, had claimed the music legend can see. Then there's the visual evidence, which includes a picture of Wonder taking a photo of a Michael Jackson wax statue. So, do I think Stevie Wonder can see? No. Have I seen more than one case of people really, like, legitimately claiming Stevie Wonder can see? Yes. I have seen this in a lot of places, right? Because of the way that Stevie Wonder manages to move around the world in a way that looks as though it's easy. I'm going to confidently say it is not easy, right? There is a little bit of unfortunate ableism with this one, which is when someone has been blind their whole life and has learned a bunch of different ways to move within that world and, like, you know, seem like they're making it easier. like look easier than it would do, because like obviously if I couldn't see, I'd be walking into doors and walls all the time, but you know, he's not been able to see basically his entire life. This is the thing, right? I think that probably realistically it's ableism. People are looking at him, hey, antimatter, thank you for the prime, woo. Damn, I haven't done that in a hot minute. Thank you very much. So okay, up front, it's ableism. Stevie Wonder is obviously blind. Why would he lie about that? And he is obviously just capable. But I will say that the idea that, like, I mean, him taking a picture is funny. Like, what are you going to do with that, Stevie? But, right, when you're trying to engage with other people, you're saying, hey, I saw this thing. I was at a place. You know, it's not insane for him to take a picture or even do it as like a little joke or something. But like I've seen people talking about him like walking around on stage, and I'm like, yeah, probably because he goes out on stage in advance and knows where he needs to walk to get to the things that he needs to get to. Like if you're Stevie Wonder and you're walking out in front of a massive stage of people, the last thing you want to be doing is crashing into stuff. You want to know where you're walking, you know, and the idea is, I think, that if you're blind or you have another disability, you should constantly be looking for like sighted people or like people without your disability to help you, right? Stevie Wonder is a full-grown man. He wants to be able to walk around on the stage. You know, you're at his show. There's a picture of him catching a mic stand that Paul McCartney knocks over. Wait, okay, maybe you're changing my mind. Maybe you're changing my mind. I need the footage. Someone probably walks in there. Yeah, or he knows where all his stuff is. Like, if we can all believe that, like, Mariah Carey wants you to pick out every M&M except for the blue ones and feed her only the blue ones or whatever, then why can't we believe Stevie Wonder is like everything goes in a set space on the stage and if it moves, I beat you. But that does actually sound, we need to see this. This may change our opinion. So on one hand, obviously Stevie Wonder can see, right? I mean, can't see. Stevie Wonder can't see. But at the same time, the fact that he is moving around in the world in a way that clearly sighted people are like, damn, how you doing that? That is impressive, you know? Mic stand video. Okay, this is going to change everything. This is going to change our perspective, I think. Where's this going to open is actually the question. Go, I'm clicking.
All I can say is, Steve U's talent on the piano makes his disability very superstitious. Writings on the wall.
Very superstitious. Writings on the wall. Okay. Let's find out what's going on here. This video is titled, Is Stevie Wonder Really Blind? Hell no. No, I don't think that's fair. I think that's not fair, right? Because one, I'm kind of on top of the action. Right, I'm on top of the action. Hang on, I'm going to vanish for a second. I'm out of here. And for that reason, I'm out, right? So fucking Paul McCartney's big head comes bowling through, right? He tries to duck down, he fails, he clumps it, right? Stevie, he's going to hear that. He knows someone just ran in front of him. He knows the clump of a head hitting a microphone. And then, look, he does not, look at his hand. His hand is empty. He catches it in the crook of his arm. He does not catch it, all right? He doesn't catch it. He doesn't go, blam. Oh, wait, I'm acting. I'm like giving you... It's not in his hand. It gets caught in the crook of his arm. As though the only way you can know if something's falling over is because you can see it, all right? We have blown this thing right open. It is not his hand. It fell into the crook of his arm. He put his arm out to see if he could catch it, right? The fact of the matter is, he heard the donk. All right, I heard the donk. He knew Paul was zooming on by. It's Melissa. Yeah, literally, Melissa's in again, causing havoc. And look, I'm not going to blame Paul McCartney, but I am going to say that I did not need that to immediately start playing. Oh, it's an advert. I just closed my whole thing. Hang on. I just closed my entire thing. I just tried to close the advert and I closed the whole... 1 second. 1 moment. Do. Fuck. You're out of here. I'm in. Okay. I personally don't think that there is any sense. I think people are being ableist as hell. I do like the entertaining factor. I do think it's great. But I think that we need to believe, we need to realize, right, that just because somebody is incredibly, like, works really hard at existing in a world which does not give them space, all right, being blind is not easy, okay? And I think this is a bad one. I think we should be giving Stevie props, all right? Oh, why is he sitting at the front of the NBA thing? Because he's rich and he fucking can and he wants to show off. When celebrities are there at the front of the NBA and they got their phones out and they're not even watching, no one cares, right? No one gives a shit. Everyone's like, yeah, well, obviously you're there because you want to show off. But when Stevie has a nice little outfit and he wants to flex and hang out with his friends, that's not good enough. All right? And still the hype's hyped, you know? So I'm putting Stevie Wonder's Blind, although I do want to believe it. Like, there's a bit of me that wants it here, but I'm putting it right at the top. Am I? Yes. Stevie is, God damn it, Stevie Wonder's Blind? That's not good. Hang on. I'm putting Stevie Wonder is not blind. Me, completely believing the conspiracy theory. Do you really think he heard Paul headbutting the mic when there were tons of people on the stage, plus the public making noise? Yeah. Do you know why? Because he'll have in-ear monitors. That's his microphone. Okay, you think, oh, you wouldn't hear that. Yeah, but trust me. Do you guys hear that? He's got in-ears. There's all that sound going on. He needs to know how he's sounding. He needs to know if he's on key. All right? So he's singing away. He's hitting some nah, nah. And suddenly, Paul McCartney. And he said, I know what that sounds like. So he's a cyborg. Yes. Stevie Wonder is a cyborg. Now, I think... Actually, is it just annoyingly stupid? No, I'm angry for Stevie. Justice for Stevie. He also... Yeah, so he knew he was going by him. He heard the microphone get clogged. He puts his arm out. Correct decision. It falls into the crook of his arm. We all then go... He can see! It's a miracle! No, he has other senses. And is an adult. You know? Yeah, Stevie Wonder's a cyborg. Full time. There's an alarm. It's been... you guys probably can't hear it because it's late to this microphone. But... the mic could have fallen into the public. Yeah, Paul McCartney's going to show up more. We've got more Paul. Actually, I need your opinion on this. Well, where did he put his toilet roll? He has a bidet because he's a man of class. All right, that's what he does. Where do we put this? What do you think? Is this Elon Musk? I hate this and I hate the world. Annoyingly stupid, dumb as hell, or I almost want to believe. Because I'm stuck. This is Avril level. You think this is annoyingly stupid? Okay. I just can see rich idiots running around saying that Stevie Wonder can see just because he's like competent and capable and knows how to exist in the world. I hate this and I hate the world. It's ableist bullshit. Okay, we're gonna go bang in between. It's not Elon Musk, but it is. I hate this. I hate it. They are all a bit annoying. They're a bit stupid. But this, I'm tilted about it. 100%. Respect my man. Respect Stevie. Also, this picture is fucking hilarious. I love this picture. Okay, up next. We have decided it. Finally, it has been decided by me, a random white woman. Stevie Wonder is blind. Up next, Lindsay Lohan has a twin that died. Lindsay Lohan actually had a twin sister who played the twin in The Parent Trap. But between filming and release, the twin died in a car accident. So they marketed the film to make you think Lohan played both roles. There is literally no physical evidence that this ever happened, yet a lot of people believe it. Here's why people believe it. Because Lindsay Lohan was a very talented actor and really killed it in that movie. And it is hard to believe that one young girl could carry both those roles and play them so well. But update, she did. Rather than running around and going, there was a secret dead Lohan, right? Which doesn't make any sense. Can you imagine the whole family? They're just like, they're there at the movie, not at all sad that one of their children died. Like, the idea, yeah, okay, it was difficult. It was interesting. And, like, I'm sure for a lot of people, they're like, I didn't even know that you could do that. I didn't know you could film 2 scenes and then put the same person in the scene twice. Because most of the time, you don't want to spend the money on that. Most of the time, you just have, like, a shot of the back of someone's head. Like, how many times when you're watching Friends did you see Phoebe interacting with her sister and it's just someone in a wig standing, talking, like, they just swap them round? Because obviously no one is going to spend the money on, like, bothering to make a scene where you can actually clearly see both characters and both of their faces because there's only one person. But Freaky Friday, you know, the whole point is that they're twins. In a similar vein to this, I saw someone the other day legitimately think that one of the twins that played Fred and George died. No, babe. Maybe we're back on cloning. No, babe, that's crazy. That's actually wild. Like, here's the thing. Sometimes you just gotta accept that people are more talented than you, right? I don't know how old Lindsay Lohan was when she did Parent Trap, right? And yes, most of us, age 9 or whatever age she was, would not have been able to pull off that role. But she's good, all right? She's just good. Give her flowers. I don't mind a secret twin conspiracy theory, but the idea that this is like, we're like, there's a dead 9-year-old and no one cares? No one even heard of this child? Crazy. Like, what about the people who filmed the film? What about the other actors? Would they not be like, oh, it was so tragic that Brinzy Lohan died? You know, thank God we still got Lindsay, but Brinzy is gone. And like, what do? She doesn't even get a gravestone? Just toss her in the river? Let her drift out to sea? You know? Crazy business. Sometimes, wait, what was this? Lindsay Lohan, in a similar vein to this, yes, I heard about this conspiracy. I feel like I missed something. Nah, I met him for the first time on set. Oh, yeah! That was really weird as well. Yeah, some people really don't understand the concept of identical twins. Like, I did see that. Somebody asked Fred and George from Harry Potter if they were twins in real life. You'd hope. That would be concerning. Do you know what I mean? But like, however old Lindsay Lohan was, yeah, they were like, were you guys actually twins? And they're like, yeah, bro. But yeah, I have no idea how old Lindsay Lohan was, but this falls a little bit in the same vicinity as Stevie Wonder, right? Which is, update, she's just talented and a child. It's not my fault you're a flop, you know? It's not my fault you can't act. We're gonna have to deal with that. Because that's the thing, is people are like, there's gotta be another secret child. No. Update. They have cameras, computers, and some people are good at acting. I was actually going to say that as well, Struther. They wouldn't market the film to cover up the fact that her sister died. If she had a twin and the twin died, they would exploit the ever-loving fuck out of it. It would be this great tragedy. Oh my God. You wouldn't believe it. Little Lindsay's so brave. She's still promoting the film even though Brinzy's dead. You know? And I just think that they are overestimating the way that Hollywood likes to or underestimating the way that Hollywood likes to cash in on a tragedy. I mean, how long after the Titanic sinking did they make a Titanic film? It was like a month. How long after 9/11 were there 9/11 movies? It was not long. They destroyed Brinzy's birth certificate. Like, can you imagine somebody as famous as Lindsay Lohan? Like, you could look up her birth certificate and be like, oh, there's 2 of them. And then it's like, no, there aren't. No, like no evidence at all, except for all the baby photos. Crazy. Anyway, wild. What am I going to say? Where am I going to put this on my ranking is the most important thing of the day. So we have Lindsay and Brinzy down here. I think this is just dumb as hell. I think this is just dumb as hell. It's just dumb. Good. We are soups. We are so in sync right now. We are so... They started filming the first 9/11 movie before the second plane hit. No, that's... You're going directly to hell. It's dumb. It's not harmful, like Stevie, it's ableist. Yeah. It's dumb as hell. It's you know? Fantastic. I don't know why I'm doing this way around. What is our next conspiracy? Okay. Up next, we have the moon landing was faked. The flat earthers are back again. Brilliant. In 1980, the Flat Earth Society accused NASA of faking the landings, arguing they were staged by Hollywood with Walt Disney sponsorship and directed by Stanley Kubrick. I've seen the Stanley Kubrick accusations. Why does Stanley need to be involved? Everyone watched The Shining and went, give this man the moon landing? Like, what in the hell are you talking about? Motivation for the United States to engage the Soviet Union in a space race can be traced back to traced to the Cold War. Landing on the moon was viewed as a national and technological accomplishment that would generate worldwide acclaim. Now, this is really interesting. Did I study American history at university? Yes. So is this kind of a special interest? Yes. I think the space race is really interesting because we talk about the first person to walk on the moon all the time, but we rarely talk about the first person to go into space or the first people to orbit the Earth or the first people to orbit the moon. We only ever talk... Oh, yeah, you're right, actually. He did do 2001: A Space Odyssey. Yeah, you're right. Okay, that's why they picked Kubrick, not because of The Shining. Or the first dog into space. R.I.P. Laika. She was a beautiful little baby.
They worked out the cost of staging it, lighting it, paying everyone to keep quiet about it. A location shoot worked out cheaper.
Literally. Well, here's the thing, right? One, it would be extremely, extremely expensive. Two, they did not have the technology to do low gravity. It would not be a thing that they could convincingly do, right? Three, what really pisses me off is that the reason that we all talk about walking on the moon and none of the other things is because all the other things were done by the Soviet Union. By all, metrics, the Soviet Union was winning the space race. The first satellites were Soviet. The first guys in space was Soviet. The first dog in space was Soviet. It was all Soviet. The only thing America managed to actually pull off was the moon, landing on it and walking on it, right? That's why we hype that one up so much. Don't get me wrong. I love a walk on the moon. I think that's one of the coolest things that we have ever done. But at the end of the day, we're only going on about it because we flopped everything else. The West could not get to space to save their friggin' lives. So, do I blame people for being suspicious? Not really. It is kind of crazy, right? It is kind of crazy to go on the moon, right? To walk on it, that's wild. You know, it's crazy to think about how long ago it was. It's crazy to think that it was put on television. But everyone's like, how do they put it on TV? I'm like, do you understand? The Earth and the moon, it's a straight shot. There's nothing getting in the way. It's not that difficult. People don't understand how messages could be sent back then. You're like, it's impossible. It can't be done. Flat earthers believe the edge of the disk Earth is covered in a giant ice wall and guarded by the US and Russia. Yeah, I mean, does everything have to be the US and Russia? The Cold War's been over for ages. Move on, you know? They literally did not have the camera technology to do the slow motion, which they would have needed to fake the moon landing. Literally. And, it is incredible. And it is really interesting. But it was during the day. There's no moon during the day. Clearly fake. Don't. Honestly, I've seen so many people say that as well. I'm like, I've seen the moon during the day so many times. moon's always about bothering me, reminding me that night will soon come. Actually, I love the moon. Sorry, moon. I mean it. I love you, babe. But yeah, so this is dumb, and one of my favorite things that ever came out of this accusation of the moon landing being faked is not any of the, like, you know, flat earth nonsense. It's the fact that at some point a man, and this was in like the 90s, Buzz Aldrin was already like 75. A man came up to Buzz Aldrin and started shouting at him and saying, "You lied about going on the moon, you faked it." And you know what Buzz Aldrin did? Blam. He punched that man in the face. And not only is that great, but there's also video footage of it. This man getting absolutely floored by Buzz Aldrin. And I think that that is a valid thing to do, because Buzz Aldrin dealt with a lot of issues after going to the moon, right? He dealt with a lot of, like, psychological issues with, like, okay, I've done the biggest and craziest thing in my entire life that I will ever do. What's the point of the rest of it? Like, it's difficult, you know? And somebody coming in and looking at you, risking your life, like, that's a dangerous thing to do, and, like, going out and doing this thing which then led to you having, like, alcohol issues for years and all this stuff, and then telling you it's fake, you're gonna get punched in the face, you know? I'm that kind of old school where if you accuse me of faking the moon landing, I'm gonna punch you in the face. I mean, Buzz Aldrin is a 100-year-old white man, correct? It doesn't surprise me. Is he still alive? I thought he was dead. He's 94. I'm going to be honest. Do I personally listen to the opinions of 94-year-olds? No. Would I vote in a certain way? My God, I've never even seen young Buzz Aldrin. I didn't know what he looked like when he landed on the moon. He is an active supporter of the Republican Party. He supported Bush. He supported Trump. He's endorsed him. Now, here's what I would say. What do you need to be in the 60s to land on the moon? You need to be a man. You need to be white. Those are necessities, right? Then what do you need to be? You need to have been in the military. What are old white military men? Republicans. Those are Republican men. 94 in Earth years or moon years? So, am I surprised that Buzz Aldrin is a Republican? No. That's like being surprised that I like spaghetti. It's just the fact of the matter. I am, of course, disappointed, but you have to remember that he was literally, Buzz Aldrin in landing on the moon, was literally playing a significant part of the Cold War. Like, he was a participant. He was a propagandist. You know, he was willing to die to go to the moon so America could be better than Russia. Or, you know, the USSR. So, like, we shouldn't be surprised just because someone did something cool. Doesn't mean that they're good. You know? That's also true. Yeah, was Nixon president? Who was the president? I don't remember. So Roosevelt, and then he died, and then it was Truman. And then Truman, what does it mean to be good? That's a big question. When I refer to someone as being good, I mean, like, having, in this case, I'm talking about him having any kind of progressive political opinion, right? So, like, I would say voting for Trump is not good because it rolls back a lot of people's rights. It was Nixon. Yeah. So, yeah, because then it was Truman, then it was JFK, then it was Nixon, right? I used to know this. I used to know them all. And then somebody, well, did they shoot him? That's an important question. So, in my opinion, the moon landing being faked is dumb as hell. It was JFK. Yeah, because JFK died and then Nixon took over, but I can't remember the year that JFK got shot. It was the 60s. It was like 61? 62? Because he wasn't president for very long. 63. Great. We're going to need a timeline of American presidents. So, where am I going to put the moon landing was faked? No. Wait, this one. Oh, there's a lot of moon activity up here. There's a lot. I think we've got more moon coming. I'm going to put the moon landing was faked in... JFK, Lyndon B. Johnson, Nixon. Yeah. Yeah. Lyndon B. Johnson. Ah, yeah, he was always shitting everywhere. He was crazy. 69 after Johnson, right. Yeah, Lyndon B. Johnson was a crazy one. So is this in I hate this and I hate the world, or is this Elon Musk believes this shit? Because Elon Musk would love to be like, actually, no one's been on the moon. I'm the only one, and I'm going to go on the moon now. I'm actually Neil Armstrong. So part of me wants to believe this, and then part of me is just like, ooh, this is dumb and I hate it. I think I'm going to put it there, and I'm going to see if I change my mind. Do you think Elon Musk believes this? Okay, fabulous. Okay, we'll put it up there. I do totally see, right, we're going to put it in, Elon Musk believes this shit, and I do totally see that Elon Musk might believe this because he would like to be like, I am the first man on the moon. By the way, it's me. I'm the first man on the moon. No one else has been here. You're like, well, what about all this stuff? What about this shoe that was left behind? He's like, I was the first one. Because what does Elon love doing? He loves claiming stuff that he did not do as his own. I invented electric cars. No, you didn't. I started Tesla. No, you didn't. I invented PayPal. No, you didn't. Like, no, you didn't. You were just a guy who had some money. That's all you've done. You know? So, oh, yeah, well, that doesn't surprise me either, because Elon Musk going bankrupt as hell. Honestly, there is nothing as insane to me as voting for Donald Trump. I think they focus too much on, like, individual people's rights, because, like, obviously I care about individual people's rights, but most Americans seem, well, they don't, right? Most people went, I don't care about your right to get an abortion or use a bathroom. Woo!
Oit Wats, coming to you live from the office. Finally got my PC rebuilt.
Yes, and a tier 2 sub. I love you so much, Deets. You are the best. Wait, I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, the thing is, everyone was like, oh, Trump's going to drain the swamp. And now he's literally like, Trump's like, my mom is going to be health secretary. My auntie is going to be, I don't fucking know what Americans call any of these things anymore. Like, is going to fucking run the Pentagon. How come we can do it in the 50s and can't do it now? Do what? Land on the moon? We can land on the moon. Shit's expensive. Oh no, we can. But what's the point? There's nothing up there. Why do you want to land on the moon? Yeah. That's the thing, is it's like, what's the point? You keep going to the moon and you go, yeah, still a very heavily irradiated rock. There it goes. Like, that's why they want to build like a moon base, you know? Because moon base would be fun. And that would like do something. Yeah, but like what science? What science is there to do on the moon? No atmosphere, no water, big dusty rock, lots of radiation, very cold on one side, very hot on the other. And if we did want to do science on the moon, why would we need to send someone? Right? Mine Helium-3? Oh, are you talking about, what's the movie? Moon. That's a great movie. There's water on the moon? It's not accessible. But, like, I don't know if you guys think that I'm saying we shouldn't. Like, I don't decide whether or not we go to the moon. But if the question is, why don't we? The answer is money. It's not a, could we go to the moon? Yes. Do we? No. Like, at the end of the day, there is lots of conversation right now. Although I don't know if anyone's got the impression that I am Britain's, you know, highest ranking moon expert. I'm not. The point being, would we need to send people to do those things? How pressing are those things? Like, there are lots of interesting things that we could do down here that we're not doing, you know? So, like, the idea that we're not doing something means that we can't is not true. And the idea that because we're not doing something, like, it means that there's, or because there are things that we could be doing, it means us not doing it is, like, targeted is also not true. We have a planet at home. It's nice, too. So, yeah, basically, the reason that we landed on the moon was the space race. The space race is no longer happening, so it doesn't matter. Maybe. Right? How much water could there be on the moon? And how difficult would it be to get? So the lunar poles have some. They think it came from meteors and shit. It might help astronauts find water. So yeah, there's some water on the moon. You know, like, but it's a lot of effort to go to get some water, in my opinion. Especially seeing as we can desalinate the oceans for much cheaper. Woo! Deets just gifted a sub to Shelby. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Thank you so much. Shelby, welcome, enjoy, shake your lemons, all the good stuff. Right, up next. Now this is insane. Katy Perry is John Benet Ramsey. Good heavens. Wait, excuse... Oh, sorry, Dean. I apologize deeply. I'm sorry. Dean, thank you so much for gifting that sub to Shelby. I love you a lot. I appreciate you. Deets, appreciation cancelled. 3 months gifty and I get misnamed. Ugh, no appreciation in this bloody place, is there? I'm very sorry. Dean, thank you. 3 months is such a long time as well. Stunning. No, Deets, get out. Out of there. Right. John Benet Ramsey is a child who was murdered. It is very, very sad. It has been a consistent conspiracy theory hub for a long time. Why? Because no one has ever worked out who did it. I watched a very long YouTube video about it. Okay? And the issue is essentially it could be so many people. And there are weird aspects to this case. And, like, I'm not going to go into who we think did it or whatever. You're making a super noodle sandwich. Good fucking heavens. Right. So, John Benet Ramsey was an American child beauty queen who was killed aged 6 in her family home in Boulder, Colorado on the night of December 25th, 1996. Her body was found in the house's basement about 7 hours after she had been reported missing. This bizarre idea that Katy Perry is John Benet Ramsey was birthed in a YouTube video from a guy named Dave Johnson. Couldn't be a more NPC ass name anyway. He says Ramsey's parents sacrificed the young beauty queen so that she could become famous later in life. He then proves this point with photos purportedly showing that Ramsey's parents are the same people pretending to be the parents of the Katy Perry character. He also blends pictures of a young Ramsey into pictures of grown-up Katy Perry, arguing their features line up perfectly when they clearly don't. So here's the thing, right? One, they don't look that similar, right? I mean, like, they do in that they're both very pretty and white, but they don't in the sense of, like, look at Katy Perry's eyes and look at John Benet Ramsey's eyes. Like, they're completely different shapes, right? Also, how would having your child pretend killed and then hidden away at age what? Like, I don't even know, 6? Yeah, age 6. She's my age. We're the same age. That's sad. But like, how would that help her get famous later? That doesn't make any sense. Like, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. This guy is crazy. Like they're just... What? People are eating super noodle sandwiches? That's insane. Yeah, the family did it. Who in the family did... Okay, hang on. Hold on. We don't know who did it. Nobody has gotten to the bottom of this. I think the family were part of it. I don't know which members. I don't know who. I don't know why. I think the sadness of this child, like going missing and then showing up dead and all of this stuff, so sad, so awful. No, she did not become Katy Perry. That's so dumb, it's not even funny. What are you talking about? How does being murdered help you become famous? She was already getting famous. I mean, the idea of even being a 6-year-old beauty queen is on its own insane. Yes, the key to success. Being hidden with no contact to the outside world for years and suddenly world fame. Exactly. And it's not like we've got evidence of Katy Perry existing. It's not like we've got her, like, high school pictures and stuff. Yeah. This is straight in the I hate the world. Yeah, I think this is I hate the world. You're trying to get into the why of conspiracies. They're all going to fall apart. Just suspend disbelief. No! I mean, obviously, these aren't real. Like, we pick the dumbest conspiracies. The point is we're ranking the dumbest conspiracies. We're not ranking conspiracies that could exist. Like, what am I supposed to do? Yeah, obviously. Like, what is there to even say that's complimentary about this conspiracy? Like, the whole concept is I've taken the dumbest conspiracies and we're ranking them from I wish this was real to this is the dumbest thing I could think of. I think Elon would believe this. I mean, I'm not saying he wouldn't. I don't know. This is the thing, right? Is like, in my insane conspiracies, I like there to be a reason, right? Tell me why. Like, can I believe people thought that there were 2 Lindsay Lohans? Yeah, she did great in that film. That makes sense, right? It's stupid because obviously there weren't. Why would someone have killed a child? But this doesn't even make sense. You know? This doesn't, what's the benefit? Oh, I faked your murder. Who did they bury then? Like, what dead 6-year-old? What, did they shave the family dog and hope nobody would notice? It goes to the fact that people think people who became famous just did it overnight. Yeah, literally. Decades and decades of dedication to honing their craft and working with people. Celebrities didn't earn it like they earn what they have. Well, this is the thing, right? Is it's interesting that, like, when somebody becomes famous, often there are conspiracies about it. How did this come to be? Like, there are usually a selection of things, right? Like, rich family, talent, opportunity, right? Like, there are so many different stories. Like, look at Rihanna. With Rihanna, some people walked into a room, saw her, and went, oh my God, you are gorgeous. We can make you famous, right? Most of us don't look like Rihanna, right? So then with, like, Katy Perry, who is also a very attractive woman, but, you know, more like regular attractive. It took her writing a bunch of music and releasing it and releasing a bunch of, like, Christian music until eventually somebody said, hey, I think we can make you a pop star. And it goes from there. Like, you don't just randomly get picked out of a crowd or like appear out of nowhere. The idea of, like, where did she come from? It's like she was there the whole time. You just weren't paying attention because why would you? So let me look at the scale and we can decide where we want to put John Benet Ramsey is actually Katy Perry. All right, here's an argument for the theory. Go for it. Tell me. I want to know how we could get there. I think I hate this and I hate the world for John Benet. In my opinion. In my formal, technical, conspiracy theory enjoying opinion. And, like, I grew up on the early internet. I know a conspiracy theory. And where I did my time. I was there on eBaum's World when, what was it called, Loose Change was put on the front page, and I went on there to play some stupid games and look at stolen memes, and what happened? I'm suddenly watching an hour and a half long conspiracy theory about how 9/11 was an inside job. All right, I was there. I'm expecting the argument for the series just to be a series of fart noises. To be the argument for the series? Do you mean for the conspiracy? Clearly, they didn't hit the child hard enough because Katy Perry ended up marrying that knob Russell Brand. That... I'm not gonna lie, Katy Perry marrying Russell Brand is wild. Like, why would you do that? But sometimes you gotta learn your lesson, you know? You sent Lemons an hour and 15-minute long video about Avril Lavigne being dead. Yeah, look, if we hit our sub goal, we'll watch it. Right. Up next. Elvis is not dead. Now, I want to say one thing about Elvis not being dead. Because this one has followed me throughout my whole life. I know about Elvis not being dead. But I do want to say he would be dead by now. He would be dead by now, all right? That's my takeaway from this. I don't know how old Elvis would be at this point. Because he died in his 40s. Yeah, so I think he would be dead by now. I don't know if anyone can age check how old Elvis would be. But then Buzz Aldrin is still alive. So he was born in 1935, so he'd be 89. I mean, Buzz Aldrin is older than that. But Elvis was not in good health. So I'm going to confidently say he probably wouldn't have made it to 90. He's younger than Buzz Aldrin. That's crazy. So it is possible. Okay, I'm going to take that back. I'm going to take it back. It's possible that at age 89, Elvis would still be alive. Elvis isn't dead, he just went home. I like that, Scotty. That looks really good. I love that. He's not dead. He swapped places with an impersonator and now is in a retirement home with a black guy who thinks he's JFK. Here's the thing. The fact that everyone knows this conspiracy theory says it's something that people take seriously. Okay? So the theory in this case goes, Elvis was the FBI's key witness in a case against Elvis's inner circle for the exploitation he was victim to. The fraternity had swindled the king and his father out of $400,000, and they wanted him dead for working with the feds. So the FBI killed Elvis to protect him. Proof of this story is supposedly contained in a 663-page FBI file on Elvis, which includes correspondence from the king on dates after his death. So that body in the casket, wax, which was melting as people filed by at his funeral. Dead men don't sweat. You see, I don't know anything about him sweating at his funeral, but what I can tell you is, if you looked sweaty, would it not be, right? So he's from the South, correct? When you die, what do? They put you in a freezer because they don't want you to spoil. What if he was cold? What if it was just condensation? You know? When you put a cold glass of lemonade and it all starts rolling down the sides, what if he, in this scenario, was a cold glass of lemonade? Now, yeah, okay, he was probably embalmed or whatever. And I don't know if he was sweating. But I'm going to tell you right now that why would they even do an open casket funeral? That doesn't even make sense. Okay? What was this? I know plenty of 90... Yeah, a lot of old people... And the thing is, right, if you're going to make it to 90, I don't think you make it to 90 just through good life choices. I think you make it to 90 because you've got some fucking hardy DNA. All right? And just because doing something like smoking or drinking doubles, triples, 10 times your chance of getting cancer or whatever, or dying of something, doesn't mean that you will. I'm just saying, maybe he was, one, maybe Elvis was covered in condensation, and two, doubling the likelihood or tripling it or quadrupling it still doesn't mean that it's going to become a guarantee. Like, you could lose a wheel spin that's 90% you win and 10% you lose. You know what I mean? Yeah, this is the thing. It's actually something. Okay, we're gonna have a quick tiny aside during the Elvis scenario, which is, you know, the information that women are given about fertility, which is past the age of, I think it's 35, your fertility drops like really dramatically, right? So you're told if you've not had your kids by 35, give up because you're probably not going to be able to do it anyway, right? Where does that data come from? Do you know where that data comes from? It comes from 17th century peasant women in France. Oh, could you think of any other reasons why women aged 35 in rural France after having 10 children might not be having any more children? Can that be applied to modern women? That is debatable. Then we're told, well, once you're past 40, right? Once you're past 40, then your children are twice as likely to have a disability. But the likelihood of having, in the case of a live birth, of having a disability or like having a congenital birth condition defect is 0.5%. So doubling it takes you to 1%. Isn't that interesting? So like most of what we have been told about fertility rates is not true. Like apparently if you're like, and I was quite stressed by this because I was like, oh good, I'm getting to the age where like I wouldn't even need to worry about it, right? Like, because I don't want children. I don't be bothered by that. No, apparently if you're like 35 and you're still trying actively to have children, you still have like a 83% chance to get pregnant in that year that you're trying. I don't like those numbers. I don't like those stats at all. So I'm just saying, sometimes the stats, they're doubling it, they're tripling it, does not mean it's a guarantee. That doesn't mean that you should smoke. You shouldn't smoke. It's cringe, it's gross, it's smelly, all right? But you can if you want. Like, I'm not going to stop you. But like, you know, I've grown up around enough smokers. I had asthma. I'm not fucking with that. My lungs are already, they're little tiny baby lungs. But, I mean, it's possible. It's possible that he owns a chippy in Cleethorpes. But the point is, right? So Elvis is fake killed by the FBI, and in his coffin is actually just a wax figure. The earliest known alleged sighting of Elvis post-death was the day after he died. Now that is fast. All right, August the 17th, 1977, at Memphis International Airport. A man resembling Elvis gave the name John Burroughs, which was the same name Elvis used when booking hotels. At that time, one could only board a flight without ID. One could board a flight without ID using only their plane ticket. How do we feel about this? Because do I think Elvis didn't die? No. I think he did die. Because why else? Right? But also, a man at some point got on a plane? The issue that I have, right, is if you're a man resembling Elvis, are you not just a man who said, he looks good, I'm going to try and pull that look off? You know? Yeah, maybe they did. They had to kill Elvis because he had proof they faked the moon landing. That's true. I mean, look. That's random. No, I do think Elvis died because, like, there was a lot of stuff about it. Obviously, I think the stuff that's to do with it was trying to cover up the ill health that he had, was the fact that obviously he was like the money printing machine for all his friends and family, was that he was really overworked. He was like fed drugs and pills that he shouldn't have been taking. All of that stuff, right? Okay, so, well, that's my lookalike career done. I'm going home. That's what I was wondering, right? Were there already Elvis lookalikes by the time? Because nowadays, if you went to Memphis and you saw someone who looked like Elvis, you go, yeah, that's going to be an Elvis lookalike. There's probably bazillions of them in Memphis, right? But were there Elvis lookalikes before he died? Because maybe he was like, shit, this is tasteless. Also, the other thing I'll say is Elvis getting on a plane is well suspicious, because didn't he have planes? Couldn't they have just put him on his own plane and flown him somewhere else? Why has he got to buy a ticket and get on and then he's on a regular plane? Every single newspaper has Elvis is dead on the front cover, and he's sitting there in a pair of Elvis monogrammed sunglasses going, I hope nobody notices it's me. Elvis gave Stevie his sunglasses and Stevie just never wanted to take them off. It's true. I mean, he did wear an iconic sunglass, you know? The lookalike Saddam had, I'm guessing. I don't even know about that. Hey, hipster Bulbasaur, how you doing? Weekly World News was the best fake stories. Yeah. No, like, I remember those back in the day, like, my son became a chicken nugget and then I ate him. Hi! Hey's great. Hey, how you doing, Great Sage Fist? Yeah, guys, if you're enjoying this, by the way, definitely watch my last YouTube video, after this, or whenever you want to, because it is the TikTok Shop Olympics of, like, crazy items for sale on TikTok Shop, and it's very fun. Elvis was reading a book when he died. The book he was reading, The Scientific Research for the Face of Jesus. Do you think Elvis found the face of Jesus? No, I think he was a very religious man. Apparently, he was also obsessed with numerology. So, probably not. But, you know what? Why not? Maybe it's time for us to write a new version of, the Da Vinci Code, but, like, Elvis found out about Jesus instead of Da Vinci. We're like, because he had, like, I think they've still got a lot of his books. They've got, like, notes all up in them and stuff. Double Decker found on the moon. Yeah, I love those. Don't give Dan Brown ideas. I know, he must be stopped. But why don't we become Dan Brown? We're Dan Brown number 2. What's it? Steve Green. The Elvis Code. That does not make sense. It's not called the Elvis Code, for God's sake. Anyway, I think that the reason that people are obsessed with Elvis not being dead is because he died tragically young. He was very talented. He was very charismatic on stage. He was very larger than life, and he did have an iconic look. So I think that it's easy for people to just believe that he didn't die and there has to be something else to it. And it is also really sad when people who are like die in their 40s, like that's sad. When people are like taking advantage of their whole life, that's sad, you know? So I think that like pretending as though he flew off to the Bahamas and was just living it up there, that's a nicer idea. And also it sells books and stories. And if you weren't around in the 90s, I cannot tell you how much Elvis media there was, how many books. Everyone who ever met Elvis wrote a book about him. It was crazy. Like, my grandma was an Elvis fan, which is why I know things, like, I know quite a lot about Elvis. My grandma was a fan, and there were books on books on books. It was an insane amount of Elvis media. Yeah, like, he's such a celebrity, like, just, like, a picture of his glasses or hair, like, you know who that is, and that's fucking wild. Especially given that he died in the 70s. So, yeah, I would say I don't believe, if this were the case, right? Let's say Elvis was killed to cover for the fact that he was in a case against his inner circle for exploiting him. Where did that case go? Imagine you fake your whole death and then they go, don't really have the stuff for it. Enjoy your life in Mexico. I'm going to write a book, Elvis is Dead. Because I saw an impersonator once and he was not good. They are so awful. I swear to God, every time I've seen someone doing Elvis, like, it's like somebody doing a caricature of what they think Elvis was like without ever watching a video. It's so weird. Literally, people pretending they had children with him. There are still people in the world who are like, yes, I am Elvis's secret son or daughter. Guys, we have DNA. It's so obvious you are lying. Like, DNA has been out since the 80s. Stop saying you are, because you're not. Hey, I said my grandma was a fan. I like Elvis. Absolutely. I think he's got some bangers. They're doing some outlandish shit. Everyone thinks that Elvis is secret son, and like slay to you, but they all just want some money. And I'm like, get a grip, guys. Get a grip. He wasn't even that rich, I don't think. I mean, he was, but like, they were taking all his money, right? Anyway, how do we feel about the FBI pretended Elvis died when he didn't? I feel like it's just dumb. I think it's dumb. I don't think it's annoying. Is it annoying? I mean, it's a little bit annoying because, like, can you please stop writing books and just let the man be dead? But also, like, it's just dumb. You know? It's like, get a grip. Get pull it together. Okay? I know. Your nan was sad. She wanted to bang. She never got the chance. Oh, yeah. Dying on the toilet. So common. I never make fun of him for dying on the toilet because people do that. People are dying on the toilet all the time. You got to be careful. There are so many, like, when you're squeezing too hard, there's a lot of risk. There's blood pressure. There's aneurysms. There's all kinds of shit that can happen. So, like, in a way, dying on the toilet's not that bad, right? Because imagine, often they say if you die, you shit yourself because, you know, your muscles relax. Would you rather not die on the toilet, shit yourself in the toilet? Less embarrassing. Anyone with bowel or heart issues, you're pretty likely to die on the toilet. Yeah, no one wants to think about it, but it's probably true. I cannot believe the bird drones made it into I almost want to believe. Look, I know it's not real. I just like the idea. Making some good points, Emily. Thank you. You can see who was in debate club. It was me. Right, what's next? What is our next conspiracy theory? The Titanic didn't sink. Girl, then who am I looking at? That's the question I have for you. Who is she? Well, actually, that's not the Titanic. Because the Titanic's broken in half, right? So, maybe this is just the front half of the Titanic? I don't think, this isn't the Titanic, is it? Anyone, any Titanic enthusiasts? Can somebody please get who's the director of the Titanic? He's its biggest fan. Can we get him on the line? That's the Stern. Not Titanic, says Shelby. Stern. James Cameron. Yeah. Get James Cameron on the line. He could tell us. He made the whole film because he wanted to go down there and see it. He's obsessed with the sea. And once you start noticing that he's obsessed with the sea and you watch his films, you're like, oh, yeah, he's obsessed with the sea. Like, are you a Titanic fanboy? Okay. Well, then, in which case, I will believe you this is the Stern. And I guess it's broken up here. Is that why the Ocean Gate sub exploded? They were about to uncover the truth. Big Titanic. Right. The Titanic's sister ship, the Olympic, was actually the boat that sank. The motives used to support these unfounded claims vary. For example, some say the supposed switch occurred as part of an insurance fraud scheme. Others posit the tragedy was intended to kill 3 powerful businessmen who were allegedly opposed to the creation of a central banking system in the US, now known as the Federal Reserve. None of that makes sense. What do you mean? Couldn't you just put those 3 men on the Titanic and then sunk the Titanic? Also, what did you do? Tell them to drive directly into an iceberg? You paid that? Would you pay the man to go, hello, Captain, please?
This
please.
is the lesser-known third sister ship of the Titanic named Joff. She is very jealous and didn't even sink. She just wants attention.
Oh my God. So we've got Elvis, Titanic, and John Benet Ramsey as 3 bitches who just don't want to die. You know? They're not going down. That I can tell you. We know why it sank. It got hole above the water, tight doors. Well, yeah, but was that even true? Probably. I don't know. I don't really look into it that much. Like, at the end of the day, the Titanic sinking is a crazy story and it's a good movie. But, like, at the same time, boats did sink all the time and do. So, like, I don't need to know everything about why the boat sank. But the thing about this is I don't get it, right? So another boat that's exactly like the Titanic sank, but they said it was the Titanic because money? But like, surely there are plenty of books that are like, what's leaving the harbor today? Oh, the Olympia or Olympic or whatever it's called. Like, it would just be, what do they do? Cross it out really quick. Titanic, Titanic. Throw all the books away? The door had plenty of room. Look, here's the situation. Get your own fucking door. All right? Why have I got to share my door? That bitch was up on her door. The issue I had, and I don't blame them, because Jack and Rose would not have had this kind of psychological, not psychological, they would not have had this kind of scientific understanding. But women live longer in the cold. Get Rose in. Okay? In a scenario where me and a man, and we're in the cold water, I'm staying in the water. I have subcutaneous fat. Men don't. Cringe, right? Underneath, women, generally, underneath their skin have fat deposits everywhere, right? Which is why, like, women look less vascular than men and stuff like that, right? So, that means that you're better insulated and you survive for longer in the cold. So she should have been in the water and he should have been out. Yeah, Fred's drowning anyway. Look, you think I'm giving you part of my fucking boat now? No, I'm sailing off. Oh, Fred's freezing. I'm paddling. I'm out. Bye. Enjoy. No point. You're too heavy. You'd sink my rock. You'd be like, bonk, straight to the bottom. Lemons, would I... Look, we're not sharing... We're all going to get a door and we're going to be fine. All right? Yeah, Fred sinks. He can't swim. I'm a great swimmer. I'm great at floating. I handle the cold just fine. I'd be great. Okay? Us women, we're getting the doors. You men do whatever you want to do. But I'm just saying, I'd be straight over to New York. Don't even worry about it. Yeah, lead Fred, literally. So here's the thing. The interesting thing about this story is, on one hand, it doesn't make any sense. And on the second hand, I think it's doing anti-Semitism down here. I don't know for sure, but the whole powerful businessmen who are opposed to the creation of... Every time I see central banking, I'm like, are we going to do anti-Semitism now? Because I think we might. Now, I don't know for sure if that was the issue with the Federal Reserve, but am I suspicious? Yes. Yes, I am. Right? Oh, yeah. That and Fabrizio going, bastardo. Oh, also, sorry. I do have a Blue Sky account. It is also Lemony Bello. I just haven't, like, posted on it per se, but I'm going to. The issue is I haven't really been posting anywhere because I don't want to talk to people. But I'm going to. Like, I've been posting videos. Like, I've been posting TikToks and shorts and full videos on YouTube and Instagram stories. When it comes to, like, typing up my opinion, you know? So I'll get there, you know? The three powerful wizards opposed to Gringotts Drought. This is the thing. Is like, can I imagine businessmen being against central banking systems because they don't want to pay taxes or something, maybe? I don't know. This whole thing seems very sketchy-wetchy, you know? Women have a larger surface area by mass than men. That's why they're always cold, lose heat quicker. By the way, I'm here to shove... by the way, while I'm here, don't shove your frozen feet on guys in bed. Okay, one, as though a man is ever entering my bed again. My frozen feet, my business, all right? Two, if you were in bed with me and I put my frozen feet on you, you should be fucking honored. You should be like, fuck, thank God. Let me clasp your frozen feet between my thighs. If a woman likes you enough, suck on my frozen toes. If a woman likes you enough to touch you with her feet, say thank you, mistress. All right? Yeah, take the fucking notes. Beep, beep, beep. Wank. Get some blood. Fucking learn your role, warm up some feet. Anyway, my bed. I have a heated blanket. I have no more need for you. That's a brave entrance. I'm actually a sucker for a foot rub. I'm a sucker for a foot massage. But, you know, it is what it is. So women are cold, right? Because it's fucking cold. Because you won't take us on a hot holiday. No fucking sun. Losing all of our iron anyway. I don't know a bitch who's not anemic. Every woman I know has got no fucking blood. Embarrassing. Hi, how you doing? Yeah, I'm gonna get a fancy foot spa. Do you know how many fancy foot spas I bought my mum? So many. Holiday. Leafy greens. Little steak sometimes. You know? You accidentally kicked your tattoo artist in the face because he accidentally touched my foot while tattooing my calf. I can't do feet. That's so funny. I mean, I would say I wouldn't let a random massage my feet. Like, it would be either like a partner or a professional, you know? Like, the same with really any massage. I wouldn't, like, if someone wanted to come up and like rub my shoulders and back, you're either going to be like a masseuse or someone that I might fuck later. Not just like none of my friends, we're not rubbing each other, you know? Like, I might hold a hand, but I'm not sucking a finger, you know? Women can have a small steak sometimes, a little treat. Well, look, steak and a holiday, exactly. Yeah. Like, would you like a foot rub? No, don't worry, I'm not a fetish. Well, the thing is as well, like, if you're banging someone, I'm down with, you like the whole thing. You like the whole package. I'm fine with that. If you're banging someone and you think they've got nice feet, cool. Maybe don't, like, insert them without, you know, check in. But, like, it doesn't have to be, like, really creepy. It could just be like, I fancy you and I would like to touch you. Fun Titanic fact, there's a grave for a Jay Dawson. I saw this, but it has nothing to do with Leo's character. Yes, so just coincidentally, someone died on the Titanic with a similar name to Leonardo DiCaprio's character. But I'd be like, fuck it, let Jay Dawson get some flowers. You died? That's shit. Like, who's to say what you're like? But, like, you died, you froze to death probably or drowned. That's shit, innit? Why not have some flowers? True story. Look, everyone just wants... Like, hopefully Jack did get laid in the days, or Jay Dawson did get laid in the days before the Titanic sank. You know? Deets, that sounds so nice. Anyway, the Titanic sinking. I'm going to put it... the Titanic not sinking. I'm going to put it in... Is it dumb as hell or is it annoyingly stupid? What are we thinking? I think maybe annoyingly stupid, but maybe dumb. It's just dumb as hell. Like, what do you mean? That's dumb. It's dumb. You know what I mean? You're just being dumb. Okay. The dumb as hells currently have it. I just think, like, what do you mean? Oh, it didn't sink because of taxes? No, not taxes. Because of insurance? It was actually the Olympia? Nah. Chatting out your ass, mate. Next. Now this is one I care about. Leah Michelle can't read. Here's the situation. If you're like, who the hell's Leah Michelle? Don't panic. She was the lead character in Glee. She was Rachel Berry in Glee. And there is a conspiracy theory that she cannot read, and I love it. So, there was a memoir by Naya Rivera, one of the characters from Glee. If you watched my stream doing a deep dive into the crazy backstory of Glee, you will remember Naya. She came up. She wrote a memoir called Sorry Not Sorry, Dreams, Mistakes, and Growing Up, which claimed that Michelle refused to improvise on the set of Glee, right? A joke that Michelle perhaps had to memorize her lines because she couldn't read them led to a 40-minute deep dive looking for evidence of Leah Michelle's literacy. So, like, these guys who are doing a show joke about, like, oh, I bet she can't read, and that's why she wouldn't improvise. She had to go by the book because she had to memorize her lines before she gets on set. You can't change anything, right? Because you can't read the changes. Well, because they couldn't find any specific evidence of her being literate, right? people then went, well, maybe she can't read because she was famous from when she was a child. She was famous on Broadway with Jonathan Groff when she was literally a kid. So maybe she never learned. Maybe she didn't get to do enough school and she doesn't know how to read, right? So people did legitimately go crazy about this. And that's why I know about it. Because there were loads of clips of her being like, not reading something first. Or like they'd give her a pen and ask her to write something down and she just wouldn't write anything down. So like, yeah, the most famous one was her presenting an award and she's like, I'm seeing, and then they read the name out and then she repeats it, right? And that is weird because like you could have said it, but you didn't. You waited for the other person to say it. They have, they found like videos of her pretending to sign things and like the pen doesn't touch the paper. There's a conspiracy theory that whenever a tweet of hers has like words, not a tweet, a Instagram post of hers has words, it's done by her management. And whenever a tweet or like an Instagram post just has a picture and an emoji, then it's her. And I'm kind of obsessed with that because like it's feasible. A surprising amount of Americans can't read. Literacy is actually way down. She was a child star and also she's kind of a dumb racist bitch. She's been accused of being racist in so many situations. So I want to believe that if you were racist, you also can't read. That's not fair because lots of not racist people can't read, all right? Not being able to read is not... Reading is a skill you must be taught, okay? You can't just learn reading like via osmosis. Some people have bad parents and went to bad schools and stuff. But I do want to make fun of Leah Michelle. So this is my second one that is entering I almost want to believe. I like to think, yes. Take away reading from racist? Literally. That's only going to make it worse. You have no idea who Leah Michelle is? Hang on. We'll get to the bottom of this. Right. Leah Michelle is a woman. Right. Well, I just typed in Leah Machine on the subject of being illiterate. I'm way up there. So, Leah Michelle is... well, if you don't know who she is, let me show you her from Glee. So she is this character from Glee. If you ever saw Glee, like, promos, the one with the fringe and the little jumpers. So, yeah, she was, like, the middle of all the promo pictures, basically. And she's a very talented singer and a fine actor and also apparently can't stop being racist. And is also apparently a little bit... I don't know. The reputation is not good. She also, I don't know if any of you saw this, got in some drama because she had the buccal fat removal done. If you're like, what the hell's that? There's a pocket of fat in your cheek here. And as you get older, it tends to go as you lose fat in your face and your face becomes more hollow. It makes you look more snatched. Issue is, loads of women decided to have it removed so that you look more, But, like, it also kind of makes you look older. And obviously there is nothing worse in the world for a woman than to look older. So everyone was arguing about whether it was good or bad. I don't really care. They're your cheeks. But at the same time, like, who cares, So I vote... Oh, the cast of Glee had a lot of skeletons in the closet. They really did. It was pretty crazy. So, up next. Actually, I've got 3 more and I need to pee. All right. Brief break. Everyone get some water. 21% of US adults are illiterate. And what's 6th grade? What year? What age is that? And 54 have a literacy level below the 6th grade. That's crazy. Like 20% of American adults not being able to read. How many American adults do homeschooling? Because, like, what's going on there? It is. It's time for a conspiracy. I'll be right back. Ooh, I'm back, baby. Flo, you're getting giant emotes. Did you see? She was peeping them. She could see it. Hey, Flo. My kitty. My kitty. Flo's having a nice time. She-Nap, can you pet Flo a bit, please? Hang on, let me make sure I dry my hands all the way. Because nothing worse than a wet hand on dry fur. That's very hurtful. All right, hang on. She didn't even steal the chair. Good girl. That's more like it. Okay. Oh, it's the Elgato not having it. It never is. She is a 10 out of 10, babe. She very much is. And she was giving some good purrs. I know you guys can't hear them because she has the quietest purr in the country. But she was giving good purrs for her. She is perfect. As I told you, she's been treated today. She had an egg for breakfast. Stuck on his back this morning because he's so fucking broad. He got up in his shoulders and it just stayed there. Oh my god, what a chunk. That's so cute. Yeah, Flo has the quietest purr. But like, you can tell when she's going for it, but it's so quiet. It's so funny. Are we ready for our next conspiracy theory? We've only got a couple left, but these ones are great. I love this one. It brings me joy because it's ridiculous, as they all are. Paul McCartney is dead. And you say, no, Emily. Of the 4 Beatles, 2 of them are still alive and one of them is Paul McCartney. And I say, no, that's not Paul McCartney. That's a different man, apparently. So the Paul McCartney is dead conspiracy suggests that Paul died in 1966 and was replaced with a look-alike slash sound-alike slash write-alike because the Beatles were too famous to shut down. But meanwhile, they drop hints in future songs to let real fans know that something is not right. Aside from it being ridiculous on its face, I will also point out that all the stuff that Paul McCartney has done since 1966 means that if he was replaced by a doppelganger, the doppelganger is now much more accomplished than Paul ever was, which is what I was going to say, right? Paul McCartney has been famous since the early 60s, right? But most of the Beatles' most famous songs came in later albums. So, like, how much of the Beatles' really influential work was Paul McCartney alive for? And who replaced him? Like, who did it? It doesn't make any sense. How did he die? And like, the conspiracy was like, on the Abbey Road album, you know, when they're crossing the road at the zebra crossing, like Paul's not wearing shoes, which means he's dead.
I've got a better theory. Paul McCartney is actually a displacer beast.
What's a displacer beast? I'm going to say yes. Yeah, literally, everyone's got to be dead. Linda McCartney does fake sausages. Paul McCartney does fake Beatles. Yeah, it's true. Like, Linda McCartney basically invented being a vegetarian, so shout out to her. Yeah, where are all these replacements coming from? Also, like, they could have just got another Beatle if they wanted to. I mean, surely at this point, if the doppelganger is living as Paul McCartney, writing as Paul McCartney, marrying people as Paul McCartney, performing as Paul McCartney, surely he is essentially Paul McCartney. You know? D&D creature that lives on several planes at once. Interesting. I must find out about this because I have been playing D&D. They put references to it in a song as a joke. Yeah, and that's only going to make it worse. People are going to believe it even more. Somewhere in the world, there's a factory creating celebrity clones. I watched that film. It's called The Island with Ewan McGregor, and it's not very good, but I did still enjoy it.
My
and
theory
I used to.
is that they have invented time travel and replaced Paul with Lindsay Lohan.
Oh my God, Prinzy's back, and this time she's trans. I support that. Yes, it's Brinzy. Do you remember The Island? It was good. It was so bad. I liked it though. It was good, but it was really bad. But I own the DVD. But yeah. I have seen the Asian guy, Elon Ma or whatever his name is. The thing is, right, with that guy is it's clearly face app. He doesn't look like Elon Musk. They're just using an app to make him look like Elon Musk. Sorry. I just made eye contact with the words Twinsy Brohan and I was like, unbelievable. Stunning. So look, I don't like Paul McCartney being dead because half the Beatles are already dead. What's the benefit to him being dead in 1966? I think it is stupidly annoying. I think it goes up there with Melissa. It's essentially the same conspiracy theory. So they deserve the same ranking. Dumb. Stupid. That's what I think. Wait, what do you want spoiler alerts for? The Island. Well, I will say the whole principle of The Island literally was they're cloning celebrities. Like, that's the beginning. Or is it the beginning? No, it's not. That is a spoiler. Sorry, everyone. You've been spoiled on The Island, I think. I don't know. Or is that the twist? I think that's the twist. Shit. You're right. That was a spoiler. It's not a good film, though. But I did pay money. I watched it in the cinema. And then I bought the DVD. So, yeah. Skill issue. Okay. Next. The moon is a hologram. The moon is a hologram because the real moon was blown up by nukes, possibly by Nazis. And we would apparently just all go insane if we looked up at the sky and we didn't see a moon, so they had to fake one. There's also another theory that the moon has been engineered by NASA to cover what's behind it, something called the celestial vault. Okay. Here's the situation, right? First of all, if the moon was blown up by Nazis didn't exist, in a power position for that long. So it gives us quite a small window. Now, I can tell you...
Absolutely true. Everyone knows the Nazis are on Venus. Wolfenstein said so.
Shit. That's interesting, right? That is interesting. Maybe it was Nazis from Venus. They got it from behind, But my grandma never mentioned the day the moon blew up and then the next day it was back completely normal. No one I knew back then, and all my relatives were hella old. Nobody said, hey, babe, do you remember the day that the moon blew up? Now, I could get behind the moon is a hologram.
Presumably they put a gravity generator behind the hologram panels, then two keck.
Well, this is what I'm... Exactly, Scotty. Explain the tides. You can't. Your hologram is too skinny to be doing tides. Okay? Oh. Earth has been sucked into a black hole? What has been? If I was in a black hole, I think I'd know it. I'd be being spaghettified. Because, yes, when you're getting sucked into a black hole, because the light's being pulled in as well, and the light can't escape, you never see the thing entering the black hole, right? So if you're watching, like if the black hole's here and something's going into it, for you, it would look like it's just falling into it forever. But for them, it would not feel like that. It would feel like I got sucked. So my grandma's in on it. You might be right. You know what? You might be right. My grandma might be in on it.
Getting sucked into a black hole, the title of chat's sex tape.
So, like, here's the thing. Did I enjoy the CERN drama where it might start a black hole? Sure. Don't pin got sucked. Criminal. But here's the thing, right? Do I believe in the celestial vault? Of course I do, right? Let's say there were a celestial vault. This is the first I've heard of it, but fuck it. I'm in. I'm a celestial vault truther.
Getting sucked into a black hole is what happens to my grinder hookups.
Let's go. Ah, shit. Who's Deeb? Get it together, Deeb. I don't know what the celestial vault is. This is the first I've heard of it. It's going to be some new age nonsense. Probably, where like all of our, I don't know, life secrets are kept or something. I don't know. Maybe someone can Google and find out what's in the celestial vault, right? But okay, let's say there is a celestial vault and it's physical and you can see it from Earth with the naked eye and it's massive. How did NASA invent the moon when we've got pictures from way before that of the moon? Like, this is what annoys me. If you're going to have an insane conspiracy theory, you need to have some basics covered. Explain everyone drawing the moon. Explain it, you know? Be not afraid. I love that. The moon's just a giant rock anyway. Just blow it up and sell it for gravel for driveways. This is what I'm saying. What about the time where some people fucked on top of all of the moon rocks we had? That's a real thing that happened. They stole all the moon rocks and they fucked on top of them. Okay? So maybe we all need that right. Who doesn't want to bang on a bunch of gravel? No, I just don't. Am I down with the moon having been exploded? That's an interesting thought. Do I think hologram is a good, like, even from a stupid perspective, hologram. You know? I don't think that's a good solution. I guess what are the other solutions for moon's fake? I don't know. But I don't buy it. But I am interested in what's in the celestial vault. In fact, I may Google the celestial vault. What would you put in your celestial vault? Oh! Celestial vault is a apparent surface of the sky, both the night sky against which the stars appear. So is this just flat earth shit again? Is this the dome? Hologram tech is flawed, so just sticking a giant poster on top of the dome that we live under would make more sense. This is what I'm saying. Give me a poster. It makes more sense. The dome. So what's the celestial vault? The hatch through which you climb out the top of the dome and go, oh, I'm somewhere else. Doesn't make any sense. Also, we have like 30 seconds left on the hype train. If anyone wants to sub or gift a sub or drop some bits, you can. Vault equals ceiling. So it's literally the ceiling, not the vault, as though it were a bank vault. That's interesting. So they're hiding the celestial seam in the dome by sticking a moon on it. Even that doesn't make sense. Boo! The moon's a hologram is very annoying. I want to actively boo this. I hate this and I hate the world. Yeah. I hate this and I hate the world. What the fuck do you mean the moon's fake? Make a better theory. Yeah, literally, pop a moon on it. Ridiculous. Anything to make the Bible true? Literally. It's actually the most annoying thing about when you get into conspiracy theories and you're like, oh, these are interesting. So many of them are just, this is why the Bible's true. Every time somebody talks about giants, I'm like, shut up. Get the fuck out. Go read your Bible. All right? No one believes in giants. It's not real. Okay? And they're like, oh, but look at all these pictures of tall men. No one's ever, like, the idea that humans couldn't have all individually gone, what if someone was really tall? So stupid. You did. You missed Avril Lavigne. She was actually the first one. Now, this is amazing. This is the greatest, in my opinion, conspiracy theory you have never heard of. The Chinese Mountain Army. So, as you all know, most likely, China used to have a one-child policy. And in that era, where families were only allowed to have one child, there was a tragic situation of infanticide, where parents who wanted to have boys, they could pass on the family name and all of that kind of stuff. Essentially, there were a lot of girls who statistically should have been born who didn't exist, went missing, right? And so, like, you know, you can just see that based on, like, the rates at which one gender or the other was being born, right? More boys were born than should have been and fewer girls, right? Very sad. Now, what if we took the idea of the one-child policy in China and we said, those girls, they didn't die, they weren't terminated, they weren't sent off into other countries. No. They were collected by the Chinese government, taken into a mountain, and trained as super soldiers. So, there was never any mass killings of baby girls. They were all sent to underground facilities in mountains where they would spend their whole lives being trained in combat and espionage. Then they would reveal themselves when China decides to attack the US mainland, right? So when China attacks the mainland US, they're going to unleash a horde of Chinese mole women super soldiers, okay? The other aspect of this is, you know how, like, we talk about our phones, they've got a lot of blue light. Blue light isn't good for you, it messes up your sleep, okay? Well, China adds the blue light to electronics. It's not that blue light is just part of the spectrum, no. China specifically adds it, and we knew that it wasn't great for you. And then they ship those electronics around the world, and they do that to cripple the military might of other countries by wreaking havoc on their sleep cycles. So, China is deliberately fucking up our sleep cycles so that when they do eventually attack us, they are going to be better rested. China doesn't give its lady soldiers any electronics with blue light. They do still get electronics though, alright? So no sun, no going outside, but they do still have phones, just like with a little orange tint. So they stay in perfect sync with their circadian rhythm, which must be hard to do when you're living underground. And that means that they avoid any mental illnesses, because living underground is famously good for your mental health. There are no behavioral problems that currently affect much of today's youth, right? Because living in a cave, no behavioral issues. Living under the ground, good for you. Never seeing a man, problem solved, right? So when this person asked why China only wanted women super soldiers, they said, and this is very interesting, that it was because the final stage of their plan for world domination was forced repopulation, right? So, big war, tanks the US population, right? They bring in the female Chinese super soldier mole woman blue light averse army. They bang the remaining American men, meaning that now America is populated by a lot of half Chinese people. So there are more Chinese genes in America, right? So you would need each female soldier to get pregnant with the surviving US man's child. The child would have dual citizenship, although I'm pretty confident that China doesn't often offer dual citizenship. But, you know, I guess after the invasion, why not? So then China could control the US just by having lots of Chinese citizens. Now, what I can take from this is brilliant, stunning, completely correct, no notes. Frankly, I think this makes perfect sense. Now, the only question I have is, how long was the one-child rules in place? Because I'm worried a lot of the Chinese mountain mole women super soldiers might be hitting menopause, right? That's my concern. Is what if you land your army over and they're all 45 plus and you are sending these women out to bang these dudes and they're just not having babies at the rate that you need? You know, I'm worried about the realistic chance that most of the army are now too old. I'm just saying it's a concern. But what I will say as well is the idea that you would invade America with your super soldier lady army. You would take over, right, America. You would do great injury. Then, it didn't stop until 10 years ago. Okay, so it just went on for a long time. So hopefully there's still enough ladies to go around. It was 1997? Are you sure? I thought it was way earlier than that. Right, there we go. 1979. Okay, so the elders would be too old for children, right? Because 89, 99, 2009. So the elders of that age group are coming up on 40, might be getting a little old, but all the younger ones. So you know what? I take that back. They are prime baby having age. It could happen any minute. Okay, so watch out, America. I will say though, why you need everyone to get dual citizenship when China would have at this point just taken over America. So, because this is two issues, right? You've got China has a big army in secret that wants to invade America. Okay, right? That's its own concern. But then you've got this little bit of great replacement theory tacked on the end, where these women who have never even seen a man, right? Who have just lived in secret in the mountains with no family, surrounded by other women, are suddenly going to come popping out the ground and then want to kill loads of Americans and then bang them. I think you're asking too much. I think you're asking too much of these women. I think you can have the soldiers, or you could have the women who are out there to have babies. But I think making them both is too stressful. You know? Stress is not good for your child having speed. You know? And yeah, then you've also got the anti-Chinese tech because it's got blue light, and then the blue light's messing up our circadian rhythm. And I'm like, babe, they're living in a mountain? Trust me. These mole women who have never seen the light of day, how do they have perfect circadian rhythm?
I can't be alone in thinking a mountain full of women who don't have to talk to other people sounds like a great fucking time. Where do I sign up?
Now look, one, I think we would all at least be interested in a short holiday to the Chinese mole woman mountain. But I personally think this one is both the most ridiculous and ties into our genuine fears the most, right? America scared of China? Yeah. People scared of women, foreign women coming in, having babies. Nothing worse. Yes, very scared of that. White people are terrified of Great Replacement. Oh my God. I don't know why, but they really are. Right? Technology secretly doing things to your brains? Yes. People love that. I think this one is the perfect microcosm of ridiculous fears. Right? Well, that's the thing. They'll all marry a foreign woman and then get mad when their babies aren't white because they're racist. So I would say personally that for the Chinese mountain army mole woman situation, I would personally put this one. Wait, this isn't a mole woman? Who's this? Have I got them wrong? Is this the mole? No, that's the moon getting exploded. Have I made a mistake? I think we have two versions of the moon's a hologram. Because the moon's a hologram and the moon's exploding. Do you see? One moment. Right.
And besides, what woman wants to work 9 months on a child that everyone thinks they're the nanny of? D.
Wait, what does that even mean? I don't understand. Right. We fixed it. Ignore that. We fixed it. We've got this. And I am putting the Chinese mountain warriors, the mole ladies of Chinese supremacy. I am putting them in Elon Musk believes this shit, because anything Musk can do to chat shit about China, he's gonna do. 100%. 1,000,000%. Have you seen how many electric cars China are producing that are cheaper and better than his? So, was that a reference to the COVID BBC interview debacle? And Elon has a breeding fetish. Yeah, he'd be like, oh no, don't milk me. Oops, they're milking me. What is it with right-wing men and a breeding fetish? They're loving it. Do you remember when, what's his name? Sounds like Kermit. He posted that picture of that guy getting milked. And he was like, this is what they're doing in China. And it was like, no, that's fetish. Dude, that's not real. Yeah, that was really berserk. But I forgot what his name was. Well, that didn't happen. Here we go. One more time. One more time. No. Because they're not getting...
not getting laid, M. And if they are, they're all fucking done in 30 seconds.
Facts. Oh, the interview where the baby came in. Yes, I remember that. The BBC interview, and then the baby came in, and then people thought that wasn't his baby. That's crazy. So they thought she was the nanny because she was Asian and the man was white. No, it's because... That's so dumb. Yeah, Flo is co-pilot. Flo is like, hey, M, just so you know, everybody here wants to go and hang out in Discord and have games night. So I support that. And I would like to say thank you so much to Sophie for making us the stupid of tier list. I loved our conspiracy theories. I think they were beautiful. If you enjoyed it, I would like to see some... This is our final ranking. If we find more insane conspiracy theories, do send them to me, because maybe I can do this again in the future. You know, there's always more madness going on. I will say some of these I had never heard before in my life. I don't know if any of you hadn't heard some of these. I didn't know about the Titanic. I didn't know about Katy Perry. I did not know about the Chinese mountain. She's gonna make a big jump. Hang on. Here we go. I think it's happening. Look at Flo's head. Come on, Flo, do it. No, she pussied out. She's a cat. Of course she pussied out. Musk has business with China. Trump's tariffs are going to include a carve-out for Tesla. That's so funny. Yeah, so if you haven't and you enjoyed yourself, I just pressed the wrong button, but that's okay because I'm in control. Please go and watch my new video that I posted on YouTube. It is the TikTok Shop Olympics, which was another great and stunning segment of the stream that you may have missed in the past. And it's very funny and really good. So yeah, you can go watch that. Also, if you want to go play some games, the community are going to be in Discord, I believe, doing a community games night. So you can go hang out with them. That's the new YouTube video. It bangs. Please watch it, comment, like, all of that stuff. We're trying to resurrect the YouTube channel, and it's going pretty well. I'm happy with it. But yeah, thank you everybody for joining me. There will be no stream from me tomorrow. I think there will be a stream from me on Monday, but I will let you know. There should be a few more streams next week because I'm a little bit less busy. But do follow everywhere. We've got things happening on TikTok, things happening on Instagram, things I'm gonna start posting on Blue Sky. Like, I swear, at some point it's gonna happen. And go jump into Discord. And also, if you haven't followed here, follow here. I would like to take a minute to give a quick shout out to everybody who has supported the stream. Thank you to Deets for being the #1 bit giver by a mile. You're a queen. You rule. Thank you, Peachy, for being the #1 sub gifter. You are a legend. I will see you all next week. And hopefully I'll see you on Monday. I think that's the plan. So yes, have a great evening. I'm going out for dinner tomorrow, so I'll try and post a picture on Instagram of how good my dinner is. Hopefully very. And night night. Have a great rest of your weekend. Bye.